Indeed, the D&G Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of the program Wake Up Call. You can also do the same by being a sponsor. Being a sponsor, we are under the moral obligation to promote your business, art, and personal uh, activities on this program more than 3 times daily before the ends of the program. So the process of being a sponsor, it's not much. It's just a little you can afford to keep the program on air, and as of every day we come here to provide information to the public. So that's good. You can be the sponsor, just as the management and staff of the station. Is good. You can be a sponsor just as the D&G uh, pharmacy. You can be a sponsor. So being a sponsor is a little, just a little obligation you can take. So at this juncture, we with the time now, uh 17 minutes up to 5, we will not bring you uh we will not bring you the community watch run team. They are settling some issues. They will be here tomorrow, and they will tell us what are the issues they are settling. But until then, we will open the lines to hear from you in the community. Let us hear from you what I the happenings, how was the weekend spent. So let us know, and those numbers to call us are 07779079079, 07779079079, or 0887 Call us. Let us know how was your weekend, how is your community in terms of crimes and other security related issues. As we always say, it is good to fight crimes in our community. Let us report every illegal act in the community. Let us report every unwanted act in our environment. So let's get this person this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm James B. Joseph, calling from Lower Margibi County, District 1.
Lower Maigibi County District 1. How was your weekend, Chief?
My weekend was very fine. Last there. So I can say it's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, my area is all right. No confusion. People are all on the normal basis. Right now, people going to the market, the Boystown market.
Oh, it's a market day?
No, we have regular market there.
Oh,
So
okay.
people going there this morning.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, today is my first time calling on your show, and I will always monitor your show.
Thank you, and thank you for always for
Okay,
being following as well.
okay, you're welcome.
Okay, 07779079070, 07779079070, 07779079070, 0887 111 are the numbers to put you on the program this morning. So call us and let us know how was your weekend, uh, and tell us how is your community. So the we are all happy to know how was your weekend. We are all happy to know that we all can report issues in our community. Let us report unwanted issues, right? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name?
I'm Elijah calling from District 6.
Okay. Go. How was your weekend?
The weekend was very fun.
Uh, okay. So how is the part of the street you call from?
I read in rehire, but the area is fun. No dog barking, no
Hmm.
mosquito flying, everything is cool.
Okay. Thank God.
Okay,
Thank you for
thank
calling.
you.
Thank you so much for calling. 07779079077. You can do the same. We have 30 minutes to for, and before we begin the show this morning with our panelists on board. So, callers, let's hear from you this morning. This is Wake Up Call. If you're just tuning in, we like to say welcome to it. This program comes every Mondays to Fridays, being sponsored by the D&G Pharmacy and the management of Blaze 90.7. Uh, they are the sponsor to this program. So call us now. Let us know uh, how was your weekend? How is the community? How uh, can we be your help to issues confronting the community? This is our obligation. That's why that's what we signed up for. So let us know 0779079070887 and you will be live on the program this morning. So call us. We are here. Our arms are open to receive your calls to get you interacting with us on this program, Wake Up Call. We are here awaiting your call. So just call us on the numbers read. How the only thing you need to tell how was your community your weekend and how is the community going? Is there any emergency? Is there any crime? Is there any issue that you need to report? But maybe you are afraid, oh, before I report, the people before they can hunt me. No, look, if you want to report issue or critical issue, you need not to call your name to us. All you need to do is to provide uh, all detailed information we need about that place, and we help get the Liberia National Police or the Regulatory Authority involved. We contact the community watch room team. We contact other security people who are under the moral obligation to provide you security. So if you also want to follow us live, we are on Blaze Communications Network, both on Facebook and YouTube. You can follow the program if you want to. And let's see if we can bring you some local dailies as we await your calls. Let's see whether we can bring you some local dailies this morning. There are a lot of things that happened over the weekend. Look, it will shock you. We have informations here for you. We have informations here for you this morning. There are a lot, there are a lot that happened over the weekend. And an interesting issue is that we will be talking about the Noka CEO. They almost say not anybody can be CEO, right? So President Joseph Boaga told her not everybody can use government money to buy car and go unpunished. You already know when Boaga suspend you. When Boaga suspend you, then your job finished. So Noka CEO Rostodin Swakoko Dennis, the former district number 4 representative, uh, has been suspended. Has been suspended by President Joseph Human Boaka. So this is the major points we will be focusing on this morning, coupled with other national issues we will be discussing. So your table is jam packed this morning with fascinating information as we already have our team set up as usual to provide you details of those information that you can't afford to miss. All you need to do is to keep glued by your radio, invite someone to listen along as we go ahead providing you fascinating information that you will deserve to hear. So Wake Up Call uh, is a program that always wake you up every morning, provides you information you deserve. Wake Up Call gives you just what you need in terms of information. So At this point, like I said, we want to bring you few local dailies. Few local dailies. We want to bring you few local dailies here this morning. Uh, let's see what we can do right here. Let's see what we can do. Uh, let's check here to see what is the nearest here. Uh, Folks, want to bring you something from the local dailies. Okay, so let's take this paper. Let's take the front page of the Women Voices. The Women Voices newspaper, volume 13, number 138, Monday, February 10th, 2025 edition. And it's sold for $40 Liberian. Every part of Liberia is in crisis. Former Chief Justice calls for ethical leadership. Yes, Siane Musu Scott is here on the headlines. So Musu Scott is saying in Liberia, every part of the country is in crisis. And even the citizens themselves, they are in crisis because hunger and hardship has made them to go under crisis. Yes. Okay, so political resolvent cut short as President Bwaka suspends Noka CEO and former lawmaker. We will talk about that. Yes, as promised, we will talk about that. The Liberian investigator is now printing. The Liberian investigator is now printing also online and is sold for $50 Liberian, volume 1, number 17, Monday, 10th January, February 2025. Mocking Liberians in the diaspora. President Joseph Boakai faced backlash uh, for reducing Liberians in the U.S. amid deportation fear, despite their 800 million annual contribution to Liberia's economy and have financial support for his campaign. Critics call his remark insensitive or and hypocritical. So the former speaker, J. Fonati Kofa, speaking, solving the power crisis. Liberia the proof, Liberia the proof. Genuine Energy, 20, Energy's 27, 270 megawatts gas plant to boost power across and great stability. Wow. Suspended NEC chair left with no strength to hold. The Liberian investigator on this one right here. This is the front page of the Liberian investigator. So let's see what next. What is the next paper we can bring you? Uh, what is the next paper we can bring you here? Uh, let's see what is the next paper our hand can lay on. Want to bring you more? Want to bring you more? Yes, we want to bring you more paper. We're gonna bring you more paper on the wake up call right here. Okay, let's see this. Okay, we already read this. Let's see this. This has also been read. Uh, Seems to be more papers are not out yet. But if you're just tuning in, this is Wake Up Call on Blaze Radio 90.7. And of course, we are accepting your calls. Call us on 0777907900. We'll have just 3 minutes to call this a day on this segment. 3 minutes. 0777907907 0887 Just let us know how is the community. Let us know how was the weekend, and we get done. Report to us if there is any state of emergency in your community. So we will take this break again from our sponsors. When we come back, we begin the show directly here this morning. So don't go anywhere. Keep glued by your radio as we bring you these adverts from our sponsors.
Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. So, always love yourself the most and don't do drugs.
A message from Blaze FM 90.7.
Children are often sold by their family members or acquaintances or lured with false promises. They are then held in slave-like conditions, abused, and cut off from their contacts. Report it today and every day. A message for Blaze FM. You can give a gift of freedom to children around the world by putting stop to child abuse and trafficking.
A message from Blaze FM 90.7.
Human trafficking is a crime against humanity. Stop it now.
A message from Blaze FM 90.7. Be a non-violent citizen. Kindly work with the police and avoid mob justice.
A message for Blaze FM. As I lay me down.
Hello, dear. Are you looking for a place where you can get the best life saving drugs from Europe, India, the UK, and other parts of the world? Then I recommend the D&G Pharmacy. At the D&G Pharmacy, we have the following: malaria medicine, typhoid medicine of all kinds, syrup of all types, gas and pain tablets of different kinds, sanitary pad, various types of mosquito spray, baby food and bottles of various kinds, different types of face cream, body and mouthwash, baby milk of all kinds, all types of toothpaste and bathing soap. But that's not all. We also have medicine for sicknesses like infection, high blood pressure, heart, sugar, and more. We do delivery and have trained and qualified medical staff to serve you. Yes, it's the D&G Pharmacy with the best life-saving drugs from Europe, India, and other parts of the world. We are located in Doazon at the Turning Point, in Rehab at the Old Bus Turning Point, and in Mambakwe. For more information and inquiry about the pharmacy, you can contact the following cell numbers: 0880 583 741 and 0776 583 741. It's the D&G Pharmacy with the best life-saving drugs in town.
I look to you.
Not coming.
Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. So, always love yourself the most and don't do drugs.
A message from Blaze FM 90.7.
Children are often sold by their family members or acquaintances or lured with false promises. They are then held in slave-like conditions, abused, and cut off from their contacts. Report it today and every day. A message for Blaze FM. You can give a gift of freedom to children around the world by putting stop to child abuse and trafficking.
A message from Blaze FM 90.7.
Human trafficking is a crime against humanity. Stop it now.
A message from Blaze FM 90.
Indeed, human trafficking is a crime against humanity. So let us report every human trafficking uh, story we are aware of. Let us report that to the police. Let us report that to the government. I want to say thanks to all of you who, yes, we have WhatsApp. We have WhatsApp numbers that people can call from outside of Liberia. Just keep tuned. We will publish the WhatsApp numbers a little time when we are accepting calls on our regular uh, call segment. So just keep glued. Those of you follow, we want to say thank you. If you're following us outside of Liberia, I want to say thank you for following. Keep glued. We will post the WhatsApp number there as well. So, folks, if you just tuning in, this is Wake Up Court on Blaze Radio 90.7. Like I said earlier, today on a rundown of the program, we will be uh, $28, $728 64 cent Liberian dollars. While wholesalers retailers will be selling for $3 90 98 will be selling for $784. So for now, petroleum price will be 780. While fuel oil is also sold for $3.98 petroleum wholesale and $4.26 or 850. Okay, so they got their own rate attached. So in fact, so that means they are even using 200 rate because I said here 780. So gas price they are not saying is 790. So that means 190 rate. Sorry, 199 is the rate they are calculating. So let's see the rate. 19. Let's see what is the rate. 790. 790 by divided by 3, that is $63.96. So 199 is the rate the government is giving. So that means the government rate is 199. 199, the government's rate. Because government is saying that gasoline price for retailer is $3.96, or its equivalent in Liberian dollar, which is $790. That means they are calculating 199 rate. So the rate is 199 from the government. So because this is the Ministry of Commerce, that came out with that. So 199 is the government's rate. So we will also be looking at, like I said, our focus point will be Swakoko Dennis. But folks, there's something we have observed about the president. The president of the Republic of Liberia, as we await our panelists to join the show this morning, the president of the Republic of Liberia, there are things we have observed and will be discussed on the show this morning. We will discuss that seriously. So I promise you last weekend on Friday that we will be here. We will also appreciate Musa Hassan Belete for the stand uh, to reduce his salary and benefit 50% as he contribute that to his district. But our prayer and admiration is that uh, uh, it should not be like the issue of the light. I don't know, it's a candle light, jack o' lantern light, or whatsoever light. The long issue where he talk about the reduction of his salary that will be going to his county, and we don't know the status of that now. So we just pray that Musa Bedete own will not also be the same. So representative of district number 7, Nimba County, has also pledged to reduce his salary, and he made a statement on the 5th of February. So Musa Hassan Bedete is the chair of the Rule of Law Caucus. So let me read his communication, just part of it. So he says here, Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete, Representative District number 7, must lead by example. As the Rule of Law Caucus indicates, the suspension of the U.S. assistance through UC uh, poses a grave danger to the to our economy. We must be prepared to take decisive action to protect our schools, hospitals, security and the security of our state. To this end, as a representative of District number 7 in Nimba County, I wish to announce today that I have taken steps towards mitigating this crisis. I called upon my colleagues in the 55th legislature to follow suit. I am I am voluntarily reducing my salary and benefits by 50% and urge my fellow lawmakers to do the same. Furthermore, I will ensure that these funds are allocated to a specific area that directly impact the people of the district in consultation with the management of the Secretary Comprehensive Health Center. I have decided to dedicate 50% of my salary and benefits from now until December towards the well-being of the vital institution. The hospital administration informed me that there was 2025 budget. Their 2025 budget was cut from 120,000 to 75,000, jeopardizing their ability to undertake meaningful projects and approve services. So I think we will hold it here. So because the Secretary Comprehensive Hospital was cut down in the 2025 budget from 120,000 to 75,000, Musa Hassan Belete as a lawmaker is saying that, look, I will reduce my salary and benefits. I will reduce my salary and benefit by 50%. And the 50% will not just go anywhere, it will be going to my district. It's it's welcoming. It's something that, but like I said earlier, it should not be like the Darius DeLong issue where he just say him off at the end, just he did it once and we could not hear about that again. And this is a sensible part of it. It's going to a specific area between now to December. So after December, then they decide again where next to go. So the Secretary Comprehensive Hospital is the only hospital now in that region that helps from the bound region. In fact, the entire district 7 make referral to the Secretary Comprehensive Health Center. So it will be necessary that what he said be done, and it will be. This is what we call service to humanity. This is what we call leadership. Because if you are a leader, you were elected by the people. So priority should be your focus point, what they need, what they deserve, what they so desire. So I want to say kudos to Musa Hassan Belete of District Number 7, Lima County. I have my panelists here, Mr. Lawrence Yan Yene and Marcus Francis Tade are already here. So let me welcome them. Good morning, uh, my bosses, and beginning with Mr. Yene. Good morning. How you all doing?
Good morning. You are the boss. I'm not a boss, please. Good morning, Achi. How was the weekend? How is everybody doing there in LRB?
Yeah, library is good, and we're just keeping them here. We're keeping the country here for you people, so that when you come, it can be safe and sound for you. So that we're keeping them here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, Michael. How is you?
Michael, good morning.
They were.
Good morning, Mr. Yemi.
Thank you.
He's having some network issue.
Me?
Uh,
Who having a network issue,
Folks,
Mr. Yemi?
No, you guys not
I know
hearing
what
me?
I know what like me. I know what like me. Or like Michael.
No,
Michael,
no,
go ahead.
I don't have a network issue. I just,
Okay, go ahead. You're not clear. You're not clear.
yeah, no, I didn't want to did it that way.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Good morning. I say welcome. Are you there? Michael, are you there?
Yemi is going first.
Yeah, Mr. Yene is done. He already spoke to the people, so it's yours.
Oh, okay, good morning, Archie, good morning, Mr. Yende, good morning, Liberia, good morning to our audience, those that keep following. I see there are people that are following online. Livadino, Dos Santos, Cooper Jr., Nathan S.K. Dolo, we got Benjamin Kromapi, Wala, and a lot of other people are following online. Whoever they are this morning, we extend greetings to you all. I mean, we got Milton, G. Milton, Nire. and others that are online following this morning. You all, we say thanks for following and good morning to you. Good morning to the CEO this morning. This is the beginning of a brand new week today, and this mark. Today is the 10th of February, and another opportunity to get engaged in a brand new week, to work, to hustle, to do what we can do best to keep to keep living. Because I think that's the most important thing. To just keep living, to keep moving. Whatever way you are doing it, to keep moving, you got to keep doing it. Like Martin Luther King Jr. said, if you can run, run. If you can fly, fly. If you can run,
Ah,
run. If
yes.
you can walk, walk. If you can crawl, crawl. But by all means, we gotta keep moving. Nothing should stop you from moving. Nothing should stop you from dreaming. Nothing should stop you from hustling. And I mean, it's a pleasure this morning to be here to share breakfast with you, to share our thoughts on things that are trending and in the corridors of our body politics. And it couldn't be any greater. There couldn't be any greater honor than to being here this morning. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, like you guys met me saying, I was just appreciating the the lawmaker of District Number Seven for voluntarily uh, deciding to cut down his salary and benefit 50% that reflect on his district. So Musa Hassan Bedete has decided to cut his salary and benefit for his district, just as DeLong did before. But like I said, I don't know what is the hindrance now that we don't know the state of affairs of that. How far is DeLong portion of the salary that should be going to the district? The allotment made. How is it now? But it's a great thing that lawmakers would think of giving back to the district because of the reason for which the people elected them. They saw their potentialness, they saw the leadership ability in them. That's why they elected them. So I was just talking about that if you want to make any point. Do you want to say anything concerning that?
Yeah, but you call our name one at a time, man. We
Wow.
proceed, you know, with
Wow.
them.
Folks, I want to face some challenge. Okay. Oh, I'm okay. Okay. Let you hear Michael. I told my network giving hard time this morning. Yeah, I want to give me some tough time.
The issue of you are particularly talking about the salary, right?
His
This
salary and benefit. He said salary and benefit.
salary and benefits. I think the move ability is not a bad move, but the way in which it is done, it seems like each of these people, each time they announce these things, will be mostly for political stunt and you know image promotion and all of those. Liberia is a very small country. We are one of the least developed countries in Africa. There was there was an illustration that they used to give often back in the days when some of us were uh, beginning, we used to see it. They used to have that poster. Most of the time, most of the things they used to do it in that poster form. Then the guys used to sell the poster. If you
Hmm.
can remember, you see
Yeah,
the guy sitting in a wheelchair with all the gold chain on his neck, gold watch on his hand, everything that he's backing. And the worth of the materials that you see on him, it is even more flashy than the people that he's backing. So you don't have the capacity to feed yourself, but you are overdressing in the person and you are begging. You don't have the capacity to do a lot of things for yourself, but you want to usher the people that you are begging. That's the sad story of our country, Liberia. People go in public service to enrich themselves. So, and the most hurting part is for the fact that those that do the hardest work in public service are those that get the lowest pay in public service in most instances, for the most part. So a security man on AFL, maybe even get recruited in the army, the kind of stress you go through. Or you get recruited in the police, the kind of stress you go through. These people, they barely have any benefits. To become a teacher, you know what it means to become a teacher. Some of those people become volunteer teachers for years and they are never placed on payroll. You know, even nurses, nurses in the places they are unpaid. You see the salary of a nurse, a professional nurse, you see their salary, they can work for 10, 15 years, they ain't able to pay horse. But those who are not doing most of the major work, the people they were just shouting Amanda are way too all those funny, funny thing that the people you will see in most cases, some kind of director, they may making 4,000 naira. Some kind of they may making 3,000 naira. They may work for 2, 3 months. Ooh, they may already get car in beating horse. That's that's the hurting part about it. People who do the hardest are getting very minimum salary, and people who do not do much are the ones who are taking a huge salaries that are suppressing the country. Like the illustration I gave, a man is in a wheelchair. He's begging for the gold chain he has on his neck. Can even purchase I don't know how many cars. The watch he has on his wrist, the clothes he has on him, the sneakers he's wearing, the cap that he's wearing. It's not an easy thing. So all these things are extremely, extravagantly expensive. But yet, this man is a beggar. So look at the issue of the legislature in Liberia. When you compare the salary of the legislature in Liberia, we'll be competing with the highest paid legislature in Africa, which is probably Nigeria. That's the only people we'll be competing with. If you look at the salary of the legislature, we'll be competing with the highest paid legislature in Africa, Nigeria. And under no circumstance we should be comparing ourselves with Nigeria.
No way.
Economically, Nigeria has almost 300,000 people, 300 million, 90,000, 300 million people. Liberia is barely 6 million population. Economically, when the population is larger, there are leverage that you have as a country. Businesses go faster, more investors come, companies, industries are possible to be there because of the population. When an investor was making a decision between Liberia and Nigeria based on the population, 9.9 or 9 out of 10 investors will choose Nigeria. Or let's say 9.5 investors will choose Nigeria because you look at the population, the next thing you look at power. Because anybody that says they want to know the capacity of the country that they are going to the population of the country, they say, oh, the place is populated, boom, they want to go there. So we as a country, as little as we are, that we are hugely aid dependent. Let me tell you, the national budget that you have, it cannot survive outside donor support. Since we enter post-war Liberia, every year a portion of the national budget always come from donors, come from the EU, come from World Bank. There is always budget support from the EU, from the World Bank. Where are these budget support going? On what? On salary? We have a budget of 5 to 600 million. Now it has climbed to 700 million. And over two-thirds of that budget, over up to 90% of that budget is spent on recurrent expenditure.
Mm-hmm.
90, almost 90% of that budget is spent on recurrent expenditure, salary, services, goods and services, salary, goods and services. And it is not registering to us that we as a country we are going nowhere. These people take fast salary, they live luxurious life, they do not live humble lives, and these things are hurting the country. We'll go back the EU. How much the EU residents, most of those EU officials, how much do they make in the country? We'll go back America. How much are the American lawmakers making in the country? Look at the parliament. How much are they making in the parliament? You that are backing these people, look at how much you are making. You have a very minimal, low budget. Look at your budget and look at the amount that is going on salary. So because we are now a disciplined country, we don't know what to prioritize. We dash all this money around, and the politicians will make news. The first thing a lawmaker should not even be discussing around 10,000 annual per month in the first place. If you're a lawmaker, but mind you, it's a very controversial thing because of the state of the country. When you become a lawmaker, all the constituent fee that you're supposed to solve the problem. Even before you become a lawmaker, it's a whole terrible case. Everybody, when the person want, when they born a baby, they want for you to buy a baby top. They want for you to pay them money for them. Somebody won't get married. He ain't get no plan. He ain't get no plan to get money to raise his own money for a marriage. But he depending on the lawmaker of the district to sponsor his wedding. He's depending on the lawmaker of the district to sponsor his wedding. So all the while talking general not there.
Well, the someone when you get to jail for like I know tell it all for the 5 seconds. Well, yeah, the network,
My man, we're
network.
hearing you, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Uh, oh, you are hearing me? But me, I'm not
you,
hearing
you,
you.
The
I'm
last
not talking to. I say I was hearing you.
the last time I,
Uh,
I spoke powerfully on something, but I didn't know all the talking I was doing was off air. I said, wow. I realized it. I said,
no, for
almost
so your
two,
last
three
30 seconds,
minutes.
your last 30 seconds was off air.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is pathetic because we are discussing the EU. We are talking about, we ask for budget assistance, we ask for budget support. The United States or the World Bank, for example, that help us with budget support. Let's check out these people. How much do they make in the countries? Look at the American legislature. Look at parliamentarians in Europe. Look at parliamentarians in other parts of the world. How much are they making? And look at
So
the capacity. Look at the income capacity of the country. How much do we have? Then lawmakers are making all those monies. So we need to, as a country, I mean, all the rescue conversation we're talking about, people say they can't rescue the country. If this is not a priority, but the first thing they talking about, they say, oh, CDC cut salary, so they ask salary back up. So they do all they can do.
mm-hmm.
But man, do you know up to now the national budget is not up, the approved national budget is not up yet? I think we need to have a whole session on why they are not putting the budget up. A page from the budget was circulating the last time. The office of the speaker, the altern of the office of the speaker, around 5 million.
And I
Whereas,
think this January January salary should be part of this year budget because since it's been approved,
yeah, but the approved budget should be
it's not
up.
up yet. So why is not in the
Why
public?
are they hiding it? Because the problem with the approved budget, the last year money you spend there,
They will tell, oh yeah, they will tell how was it
they will
spent.
have to be, they will have to be there. And you see, one tricky thing, the office of the speaker, Speaker Fonati Kofa has been the speaker in 2024. You know what they did? He said the speaker said his office used around one point something, I think 700,000 or one point something for the period. But under the office of the speaker, the author is almost 5 million. So they are combining Speaker Kofa and Rachel Kun. And Rachel Kun was not speaker, so Rachel Kun alone. So all the monies they spend at the legislature, the executive spend at the legislature for bribing, they put it under the office of the speaker. Are you getting me?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
So how pathetic it is. So getting in government is to steal money. Getting in government is to exploit the country. Getting in government is basically not to give any solution to the country, but to make the poor to keep begging. So because none of the politicians we have left the civil war has ended when the civil war ended 2006.
Wait, time. Even before 2006.
2006.
Before 2006, a civil
No,
war
no,
ended
no, yeah,
before
the
2000.
civil war ended 2003.
Yeah.
2003.
2003 and
2000,
2005, we went to a democracy, a democratic election.
yeah,
So
2003, the Civil War ended. 2002, 2003, the Civil War ended. By 2003 now, I think Umbe entered the country by 2003. 2004,
mm,
Umbe was in the country. Let's say 2004, Umbe was in the country. So the war, let's say it ended officially around 2023, 24. So if it ended even 2004 to 2024 is about 20 years. We are in the 21 year now after the war. What What are the things we as a country have achieved from the hands of these politicians? What have we achieved? We should ask ourselves because the huge salary, the point I'm making here before I just step aside for Mr. Yeden to come in. The huge salary should not even be there in the first place. We should cut our code according to our measurement.
okay.
That's the first thing. So when the huge salary is there, then politicians will be making unnecessary news.
There'll be so
Because
they'll always have the opportunity to make news because
all that news was just for maybe Belete decided to run some kind of campaign for the year or do some kind of thing for political, show voting this year. You say you do 50% of his salary. 50%, how much is 50% of his salary? So all that thing that yeah, technically Belete is the head of Screamex. He technically does not depend on salary. But the legislature sometimes it's not just about the salary, it's about all the other things that happen, all the other manipulation for them. In as much as they are on the
so
other side,
uh,
there will be some limitation on them, but some of the envelope crossing over to them, all of that. But we should not be discussing salary cut by a legislative member in the first place, where the country is still starving, where you see the young people, no opportunity. Liberia is one of the least developed countries. Sierra Leone has a better airport than us when it comes to airport. You enter Liberia, so when you enter the airport, you feel depressed.
you know
Like that, the airport
you know
alone,
that you're already in Liberia.
you can just get discouraged
You know, in that unification
as
city.
soon you enter the airport. That the play of depression can start from before the rest of the country. Then that kind of country there,
That's
where
true.
everything, you enter Monrovia, you can feel that you still going to the capital, you still heading to the capital city, you reach it. That kind of city there,
That's man.
that
Okay,
it will
yo.
take all the millions of dollars on people, and we ain't seeing where the money going. It is pathetic.
So sad. So Mr. Yeni, this is what BDT has done. So I don't know. Let's get to you on it before we just move to our regular point of discussion.
Yeah, what Representative Musa Hassan Belede did, I don't think is the way forward for
Okay.
Liberia. Uh, Actually, you don't do things that is not smart. What I mean, this smart world we were taught with it, simple, achievable, measurable, and you just know the balance. This is something that other people been saying, and it has not come to achievement. What different measure is he using?
hmm
The same way Delon said it thing, nothing happening. In the first place, why should you even talk about salary or cutting? It means the money you're making is so large that you don't. What these guys need to do is put on table bill for the reduction of everybody's salary. Push it. Tell the Liberian people this is what I'm working on. This is what I'm telling my colleagues. They don't want to join me. I mean, this will be achievable. Let it go across. But better than running campaign, now campaign there, you won't go run campaign.
But turn to the non-state fan, so how the maybe running campaign and
I
day.
mean, for maybe the person who will not be running campaign will be the president, Joe Biden, because he had told it like Brimpo, he's not going for second term. But from the vice president down to the janitor, everybody is running campaign. Like campaign, all of them running. And let me tell you, one of the things they can say, they themselves can follow you. They're not going to it outside. They will fight, say, I will monitor it. There's that. They're putting all their campaign manager, then their campaign, they are all the other people they promised them job, they didn't get them job. That other money, they'll be sending it there. Those people will be running their campaign while they eating some.
Okay.
Eh? You working, them wow, no pay, then need a job. There are other people competent than you who don't have the money. Let them representative, you must take your pay, government work off. My or saying is take the money and do the job. But they can take the money, they don't do the job. They turn around, they steal another one over here and they do. You ain't gotta take your streamer money and go build a bridge with a Nimakane that the bridge you built.
A man built 1.3 over 1.3 million bridge
You see?
in Nimba County before becoming a lawmaker.
You don't do that. In America, you don't do that. In the Western world, you don't use your personal money. The people they was get so concerned. How will you get it back? And you see politicians spending money that people can donate. During the campaign time, if Donald Trump said he coming to Waterloo, he came here one time. We all went there. The paper then they'll be working with state day. The paper then they'll farm up paper then. Don't overlook them. They pocket again. Nana money. They bring the money. The paper then some of them. They just carry some kind of lay paper in their hand. Now check down now. Behold, $1 million check they carry so. Now the people can support the people. I think about 23 million years were supporting Kamala. While 11, that's a billionaire. While 11 billionaire were 10, including how they call it, man, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, were
The world
supporting.
richest, the man supporting joint government, you know.
So that people can raise those money. And then your personal money, run your business, take care of your family, and take care of yourself. The one government gives you is your salary. Take care and advocate. Go to the people and say there's no bridge over the Yard River all the way in Nimakande there. There's no bridge to connect or Gowi and the other nearby town. I mean, say that to government. We don't expect you to spend your money. That's why I can always say, representative, if I will go to representative, maybe I will want him to credit me. But I don't want him to do anything free.
Yeah, because the thing is that he should be making legislations
Very
that will
good.
help that will help the district. For example, the
Mhm.
Cyclopedia Comprehensive Hospital you're talking about at the budget is being cut down from 120,000 to 75,000. He should be defending that. No,
Defending the
there is a
budget.
need.
Hmm?
Yes, because it is a salary and benefit. Anytime the man can change. Now the same way he just decide to do it, he can decide to stop it.
You can decide to stop it at any time. Then the whole project collapse. He should come out to say, I see that meter is over there. Our people, they squatting, they stay in tank. How many Nimbayans are employed? These are things Musa Belede then should be speaking of. Not to can say, I will cut down my salary so tomorrow you can say, yeah, I did it one. That's not what we want. It's of
Okay.
no essence.
All right. So,
Yes.
folks, if you're just joining us, this is Wake Up Call on Blaze 90.7. Those of you following via the Facebook, we want to say thank you for following, share, leave your comments as well. Our WhatsApp numbers are there. When we are accepting calls, you can also call and make your contribution. So, uh, uh, our next point to highlight before we go to our main point of discussion, the issue of Swakoko will be the major point of discussion this morning. But we want to look at the Liberty Party convention. So the Liberty Party, after years of Hulubaloo, they went to their convention over the weekend. They dedicated their new headquarters and they held their convention. So Mr. Yene just spoke. So that here, Michael, uh, What do you make of the Liberty Party? The Liberty Party issue. After all, so the guys, somebody posted, it said Musa Bility was the problem when he was chairman. So he was the problem for the Liberty Party. Now that he's gone, the party is free.
His ability was a source of financial support to the Liberty Party. It wasn't a problem. I think the major thing in Liberian politics is issue of dominance.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the person who's spending the money, he wants to dominate
Yeah,
the
to dominate.
decisions. Yeah, so it's not basically about him being the problem. It's about some point in time he's spending the money in his area of interests. So the party are in the middle of decisions from both sides. People going different ways. The leadership was kind of divided. So, but I mean, we saw strong criticism from some members like Charlie against the government. So it becomes interesting that the portion that they support the government will in the Labour Party will keep criticizing the government. So the portion that are benefiting from the government, they will be a little soft on the government
Yeah, yeah.
because
But
the
the lack
other
of
people
Yombly,
say,
the lack of
the other
Yombly,
people
who is the political leader? Yombly, who is
say,
the political leader, is siding with the government, almost like a coalition. Because by then you have the Yombly Kanga Lawrence fraction, you have the Musa Ability fraction as well. So yeah, like you said, you have some of them criticizing and other
yeah, because
criticizing.
I mean, as I heard Charlie briefly talk the other day, she was tough. She
Yeah,
said
I
how
can
the
remember
people.
having I had an interview with her at the Capitol building of recent, doing the impasse at the Capitol building. She was vocal on the government. Yeah,
Even recently at the convention, she spoke. She spoke briefly about the suffering the people are experiencing, and the people. So that's the rhetorics we will have to hear from the people. But I think people, it's a mixed combination now as we speak, and I think why are they making this move at this point? There are few objectives we could look at. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
they want to rebrand their party since Bility has finally, taken hands off the party.
Of the party chairman.
But additionally, they want to prove their potency that they too have a constituents or they have some constituencies. So Liberty Party, as of now, in the alliance, you see where the the wave is going. Critically, there is an assumption that President Bouaga won't run the second term. At that time, he'll be age 85, 86. Now, as we speak now, sometimes they go on time, they were telling him to go speak on the podium, he was going to
We will
another
talk about
direction.
that. Don't drum the gun. Don't drum
He
the
was
gun,
going
man.
to another direction. Whatever the case is,
Don't drum
people
the gun.
justify it. Say you're going to another podium, but the president know the podium you go there. So all that. Thing. So it's just it speaks to a fact of an issue of old age. No matter politicians will try to sugarcoat the fact, oh, and that old age, but he's old
Marco,
at this
you power in the show. You
yeah,
power in
but
the
I just saying, no, I just making a point. So by 85, 86, he won't have that capability
We were here.
to run for re-election. So now the point now is how do we prepare ourselves in
show.
time for 2029?
Yeah.
Everybody now is trying to create a base to show some sort of strength.
Yeah.
Nobody still has the thought that she can go as running mate to the
To come.
person that will lead the Liberty Party. Kunwu is likely in line. I don't think he's looking at our direction. Kunwu wants to have a consolidation of central northern Liberia.
Yeah.
He wants to look at Bong or
Look
Lofa.
far. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so since the
So
president
because,
may not
because
want to
if you get
run,
bong, you get the support of Lofa. If you
since
get
the
Lofa,
president may not want to run, maybe he will want to take somebody from Lofa. If you will take somebody from Lofa, because Lofa is a county that has strong tribal sentiments. Lofa, Nimba, they have those strong tribal. They are not, they are not countries that are liberal. When they say they're going for you, they go for your side. They ain't care whether you do they want all the other politics that the president do. They ain't care that they will agree people. Yeah, I'm telling you, you know, you come from that place, and the Nima man, yeah, you and your brother 40, you can't enjoy your brother, they for you when they going home, they'll decide now, they'll be before you be asking you what happened. The first thing you know, can't enjoy your brother, they start fighting you, and you
Yeah,
won't
boy,
know where you gone. You're going home now, and the time you ask your brother what thing happened
what
there.
happened? What happened?
People that had most of those sentimental country looking, they don't care, they just stay with whoever that come from the end. The end of the day, now they will start finding out the most important thing. So it's a strong, tough game for Nyomli, for the fact that the argument from Kun would be because if Kun takes somebody from Lofa, he know that a huge portion of Lofa would stay with him. But if Kun takes a Nyomli, he know that the Basa belt, they are very liberal people, they don't care. They can join behind anybody anytime. The only person who benefited to an extent that kind of lay control was Bronskin. And they saw Bronskin like their voice at some point in the rally around to an extent, but still Bronskin dominance was still challenged in Basel. It was not the PYJ or Boaka in Lofa. But not the PYJ, Nima or Boaka in Lofa. Bronskin dominance was challenged. The Basel, they are the second largest tribe next to Pele people in the country. If you see the Pele people too, they are liberal. So if you are not liberal, by the time anybody they put us, you have a very strong force in winning. But because they are liberal traps too, it's a whole problem. So I think the Kun calculation would be some kind of liberal running mate. And the president comes from Lofa may be likely just to say, oh, he's still continuing the president line. He won't take somebody from the president county if the president doesn't run. Either the Gafuan, either the Tomo Fala, or somebody. Some people say he wants to go with Moi, but I don't know how true is that. So normally she's off the hook to an extent. So I think normally in the Liberty Party, they want to show that they took our prowess,
Yeah, they got yeah.
they took our strength. And at some point, when they don't see themselves in the 2029 calculation, then there will be a problem. Yeah, at the time now it will become desperate. So when we enter 2027 now, 2028, when Nyomli did not see yourself clear, maybe they'll even try to impinge Nyomli too, the same way they did with Kofa. When they know that Nyomli ain't clear, they know that she ain't going their way, or they want to impinge her too. Because the impingement, they just do coup, the same way they do Kofa on the coup. Whether you like it, they remove you. But I think all these things, the manipulation, all those things are just bad precedent they are setting. Because somebody was telling me yesterday, they say when Baga lost the election, he was here down because he agreed with all the Chile. So I said, yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah, Mr. Yene, let hear you small before
How you gonna
we go to
agree?
our next
You
before we
even
go to
Chile
our next
agree
focus
with us,
point.
yeah.
Okay, so as I said today, what I know of America, the two dominant or known parties have been sponsored by the partisans themselves, and then the candidates when they coming up now, they will get billionaires to be sponsoring them by themselves. Like I said about Trump, he had 11 billionaires that were sponsoring him this going election, and then Kamala Harris had like 23 billionaires.
Okay. People
So,
got money.
my man, the thing the people get and money, money. So it's not like that in Liberia, that individual. After the people have taken Musa Bedete money, they not do all their party thing, they never wanted to meet up with the main demand. The party went apart. Now, how you could hear Musa talking about due payment because nothing they were contributing with, that Musa was doing everything. Okay, then there's their convention, they are coming together, whatever acronym they came up with or slogan they came up with. I'm looking at three things.
Mhm.
One, scapegoat. Scapegoat. Two, legacy. Three, the presidency. It might be more. What do I mean? Liberty Party has collaborated with the Unity Party, as we all know, and they observing that the Unity Party going some kind of way. All the promises they made, the buses, the yellow machine, asset recovery thing, all the thing, it might go to charade. So when something happens tomorrow, they don't want for people to say you're a part of it. So they're trying to take themselves from there and get a fall by position. And then, secondly, they are aiming at the executive because they know Prince Johnson is not on the other side no more to be stronghold for anybody. Nimakande will be anybody can take it. And then Bwaga will not be going. Looking at Jeremiah Kun, Jeremiah Kun is very desperate for the power. He might try to manipulate the whole system and perpetrate his way for the Stenaborough ship and Unity Party. That's why he had forgotten about his own party. He had deserted it. Where he came from, you know now. Only Unity Party focusing on. And when it happens, where will Liberty Party be? So now what they're looking at to get by and get themselves together. When the journalist asked them, so are you opposition? They don't even could not answer that question. They want to be direct, either the opposition or the in position or out position, what kind of position, they could not be direct. So they're trying to use that as a scapegoat. That when the United Party fall this time, they will stand and be clean.
Mm-hmm.
Then they try again to maintain the legacy of Charles Bronski because when they follow the United Party too much, the United Party will die now. This is what Samuel Kogan could not do to work with the NUDP and the NUDP stroke MDR to keep it up as legacy, as the dream of Prince Johnson, so it can continue, including some of it, including his property. They could not do it, but they prefer taking Prince Johnson body, disgracing it all around the world, jumping over it, doing this, that for a position, as though
The
senator
people were performing
of,
tradition. That
of, of
tradition, when tradition calls, you have to obey.
tradition calls for that disgrace. Everybody knows tradition. Where you ever see tradition of such? Name one tradition that have been performed like that. The people can when they're dancing, when they're celebrating, like only time you can see it on screen. The Nigerians can do it. The other people can. The other people can do it around the world. This is the legacy they're supposed to have fought to maintain for that dream to come up. Instead, they have deserted this and come to focus on position. They say Prince Johnson somebody legacy will be sent into a position that a rating on you. The BZT, RPG, and thing that the men used to handle whether you go John where about it, mean you will be able to handle it too. So these are some of the areas I think Liberty Party is focusing. That what they try to do that. And Musa Bedete now is not in a position now to be chairman for the party again. Bro, they knock on now. They know they already now get rid of it because Musa Bedete actually hold them. They have no power. The men weaken and the king of the decision to make chairman is not a far this that normally then turn around nothing. They could not make it. So yeah, that's
Okay.
how I look at it.
So you guys have said all. We still have few things ahead of us before we go to our phone lines. So I don't want to talk more. We have our major topic ahead. So we want to. So I will not say much about this. I'll just let this be. But however, the Liberty Party, like you said, and like Michael said, one, uh, their aim now is to keep the legacy. But the bigger question that they will not answer is that whether they are opposition or they are in position or they are collaborators.
They never answer
Because
it.
yeah, so now you will have a fraction. You always have the Liberty Party having fractions, just as it were doing the days of Musa Hassan Bedete, because you have the Senate pro tempore, the of the Liberian Senate, who is the standard bearer of the political party, who is the vision bearer of the political party now, is a government supported person. She supports the agenda of this unity party. So the focus point will be, let me just do this because maybe 2029 they will select me to be running mate to any other person who is coming with the unity party ticket. That's the point. But is that possible? That Michael said through his analysis. So, but we will wait for 2029. It's still far off. We'll wait for 2029. And before we go to the issue of Swakoko is our last bus stop on the talking point today before we open the phone line. Let me play this short video for the president. Let me play this short video.
It is my pleasing duty to now present to you His Excellency Joseph Nyamakwe, any President of the Republic of Liberia, who make remarks.
His Excellency President Bola now.
So that video, the portion of that video I just play, took that from Spoon FM and TV. So Spoon TV brought that video out. Look, those of you listening, you will not will explain to you what it's about the video. But those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you also saw the action in this video. Like I will say my own, yeah, if you were your own too. In this video, you have the president being called upon over the weekend. On Friday, the office of the second lady broke ground for the group of 72nd. Yes. So the group of 72nd, you know them, you know who they are. They broke ground for the housing unit. They broke ground for their school and the renovation of other, of their facilities there. So the president attended the occasion. When he was called upon to speak, the president have the podium mounted on the far right. So when they called the president woke up as though somebody who was already sleeping, So when you are asleep and you just woke you up, you get confused and lost. So the president was actually lost. I don't know whether he was sleeping. I can't tell you that he was sleeping or not, but he was lost when he woke up. Instead of going to the podium, he was going the other way around, and the security and other people have to call his attention to go back to the podium where he's supposed to speak. Somebody will say, what is the importance of this on the show? The Marcus said earlier, the age of the president has something to do with the growth and development of Liberia. You all follow the former US president. Sometimes you see the man working, the man will fall down. You saw that. The age, when you are getting older, the brain deteriorates. When you are getting older, you lost sense of attraction. And so this is what is happening to our president. Other critics were saying on social media, maybe the president is lost in his memory, other things, but I don't want to say it that way. But the age of the president is affecting him now. 80 years old. I think Margot said it before that he's supposed to be a grandfather by now, sitting behind his children, children now to be calling him grandpa. But you have too much breading. One thing I've observed for the past 2 months, going to 3 months now, I don't know what other people have observed that. Every morning, in fact, every day before the VP leaves for work, he will always visit the president at home for the past 2 to 3 months now, every day, because I'm saying it. One, I have my working place right around the president's home. My house, I pass by the president's house before going to my house. So I know what I'm saying. Every blessing day, every working day before the VP goes to work, he will pass at at the president's place, and when he leaves, maybe 30 minutes before the president goes to work. And it tells you that the president, I want to believe that the president doesn't really remember things any longer. That is why you need young people. You need people who still have age. The issue about leadership is not how old. That's why in the Bible, the Bible states that it clear now. The age of Methuselah, no matter how old you are, it got nothing to do with the wisdom. Wisdom is not about age. Leadership is not about age. Now people say, oh, Bwaga has the experience. The Bwaga has for the 2 years they brought him to power. Liberians are seeing this. The Ministry of Commerce just published the monthly price of petroleum, and the U.S. rate calculated to Liberian dollar is 199. So that means government's rate, because the Commerce will calculate at the rate at central bank. So that means the rate is 199 currently in Liberia. 199. These things are not just affecting the government, it's affecting the people, the economy. It's affecting those who stood in line to vote. Nobody is wishing bad for the government. Nobody is wishing bad for the president. But the president, to be real, the president is old. I want to believe that he doesn't remember things anymore. So that's why the vice president always go there to remind him. So, Mr. President, I think yesterday we told him today, they will go to do it that day so that he can be reminded every day. So that's what the vice president every day visit the president on a daily basis. So what happened on Friday? Mr. Yene and Michael will give their view to it. Mr. Yene want to give your view on that. So the president, I don't know what like people said, maybe the president is losing his membrane, or but that is health. The president have to be real. The president have some health some health deficiency.
Yeah.
Serious.
Thank you. I think let us just retrospect on the U.S. former president. After he has served his first term, his second term, the party decided to carry him. There was nobody in a way, no if about it. He started everything. But the people know at that stage, at that age, there can be memory loss. That one, you go or you cannot. It's not about you proving it or the person going to hospital, but normally, people of that age, they just need to be somewhere sitting down, playing with their children, but it's not for high tension. This is one of the reasons why in the midnight time, the former president got to back up for the former vice president to stand up. The former president even went to debate, and it was at a debate when he collapsed. It was clear all the way around the world. And I mean, when you ask Bagana, he will not tell you, say, something happened to him.
Something happened to him, yeah.
But the same thing happened to the former president. He was still talking. He said, I can go, and we're making. He was on there until the party was so concerned, say, no. Everybody knew that one, they're not saying that, but at that age, will be going down. Memory will be going down. You don't need high tension. That's so much debate here. I mean, you say how D can do it, not debate.
Mm-hmm.
When you debate, you tell that you will even want to join you. So he could not make it. So that's the thing. The age of the president of Liberia, the old man is old. That old man getting declined in memory. That be weird. See what happened on the stage? Where the women were going, even the security could lead how women were coming part between the whole group over there. They just go away
I go on the other side.
and go on the other side. They think was clear on screen. Security guard will get it on Nahi. Look at the testing he cover. You had a puppet right in front of him. Yeah, we got everybody stood up with him. Yeah, go straight on the puppet. You better wrong. You going straight, they won't play. It happened to somebody's mother before. I will not call their name. I'll just speak I'll just summarize it. The woman was old. The woman left the home. She went. She even bothered with some people. According to the story, they said she was even knocking at their door. She said, "I went to buy my peanut. I can't, so I can. I want play my peanut. I want make my peanut garden." The people say, "Ah, they too. They never knew. I did. They could go her. Say she sitting there. She thought I was her horse until unluckily the woman was going. Car hit her somewhere around corner down there, and she died that time. So people of such, they need to be
Yeah.
arrested, people to be monitoring them, they need attention. But what happening? Nobody should blame the woman. It might not be saying, not say, but at old age, you can't stop it. Yeah, so I pause there so far.
All right, Micah.
Yeah, I think you see those who are paid to do PR for government, they are paid to always make you to believe that all is well.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's the work of people who do PR. Yeah, so sometimes you reduce certain things, or like say based on your own observation. For example, just recently, Clarence asked Kula Fufana concerning the president's state of awareness. How, if he often follows, I mean, these things that happen in the country, whether he reads the newspaper daily, whether he listens to radio, whether he follows the social media, and the conversations that are happening. And Kula is the spokesperson, is the presidential press secretary, spokesperson of the office of the president. And Kula said he doesn't entirely follow everything that happens, like the news, like the radio conversations and all of those, but he's often briefed. He's briefed. The team will
Yeah.
brief him concerning the latest happenings. All of the times, there's always a briefing. They will tell him all of the trending things and things that are most important that he will take note of. Joseph Valai, the presidential, the deputy press secretary, on the other hand, on his Facebook page, he said, no, the president reads all the paper, the president follows all the contents, he listens to all the radio stations. So there is some disconnect between what the presidential press secretary is saying and what the deputy presidential press secretary is saying. When you go on Joseph Valai Facebook page now, that post should be there. When he boss lady says something the same day, he went on Facebook and says something completely different. So what everybody is trying to prove some point that they want to protect the image of the president. She tried sugarcoating it. She wanted to be honest to the point that I will not raise question.
Hmm.
He, from the other hand, acting as a regular politician to cover the whole space up. But let me tell you something. Liberia is not like America, where when you're around in the 80 years, so you can still, because I mean you are still strong enough. So when you are 80 in country like Liberia, look at the mortality rate. Look at you know Liberia. At what age people, when you reach which age you're supposed to be, you know, look at the life expectancy. Look at the life expectancy of Liberia. What's the life expectancy of Liberia as a country? Based on all the factors that they have. So look at the rate. So when you reach 80 in a country like Liberia,
It's the grace
you
of
are
God.
being, yeah, it's grace of God. It is the grace of God already. And more to that, when you have health complications that the president is doing. So what's happening now for the president often is for the fact that they are giving him better medicine, they giving better dose. But when the body reaches to a point, at some point in time, when it reaches to a certain extent, at some point in time, the body does not really react
The
the way
limit.
you want to react to some of these sick to some of these drugs anymore.
Nothing.
The more you give it to the person, even help to even affect them now. You have more side effect on them now.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that are happening. Man, you come maybe come Juju Law tell you to be visiting the president every day for 3 4 months. Then after that, when the president before that in that in or maybe that why you consistently every morning visit. Yeah, that was just by the way. But I mean, so the fact is, the age the president is on, with the kind of health complications issues he himself said that he's surviving on pacemaker. We know what pacemaker does. I mean, it's a whole tough thing. The president has other
Yeah.
issues. So all the drugs they're giving, all of the times to keep him strong. The issue of even the trypanosomiasis that he does that sleeping thing often. And you see, sometimes when the president was in Tanzania the other day when he was speaking, when he started initially, you could see his hand was
Yeah,
trembling. He was
yeah,
still
yeah.
on losing balance. It was later that he came to himself.
He came to himself. Yeah.
Just few seconds. And his voice was like dragging him, trembling before he gained balance later. So you see that there are a lot of controversies with his state of mind, his physical health issue, and all of that now. So people are justifying, oh, there are 2 3 podium. So if the president did not go to
Wait,
the,
wait, wait, wait. Maga, wait. Is it totally polio?
they say there are about 2 podium to the place. So the
So,
person
so
are
the,
going
the
to
thing
the
is that the
other.
president has this was the same issue I raised the other time when we came from Basel. When we came from Basel on the late superintendent's funeral, you have the pastor who preached there standing on the podium of the president that has the seal of the country. You know, when the president finished speaking, they automatically remove the seal. So, but then anybody can use it. So every occasion you will see the seal on that podium. That is the seal or the podium always being used by the president.
Yeah, but seal or no seal, let accept the fact that there were 2 podium there. Until the president was not attentive enough. In all the places the president has been going, he has never used the regular podium. Let me tell you, they always travel with the president podium.
Sure.
It's always with the team. The president is going anywhere, they got it with them in a car. As soon as the president gets on ground, they get place that they can put that particular podium with something on it. They always carry with them. Anywhere the president goes for him to speak, they always have that podium with him. So the podium was up. It was not far from the president, and the general podium was there. The only possibility that we would say that the president was not paying attention at all to the setup that happened. And because he was not paying attention, he was completely disconnected from the fact that he usually does not use the regular podium that other people use.
Hmm.
Because that regular podium does not look like his podium. Or that, it does not look like it. That pulpit or whatever they call it, but the podium since it's not in the church. Whatever they call it does not look like his. But he was completely disconnected from what was happening.
Yeah.
Old age, he had to make some move, then he had to tell, yeah, people can forget, which is true, but we can't dispute the fact that this president is very old, that this president has an issue of being forgetful at some point. He's struggling with memory loss, and anytime they gotta be pumping the president with new medicine to keep him healthy the way he is. I mean, but those things with time, it will have some strong side effect.
Yeah.
Because most of the thing when they give it to you, it generates strength. It has to strengthen you to keep moving. But at some point, it may be too tough for you. So that's the issue about it. But people will justify, oh, there were other podium, the president was going to no podium beneath my people. The
But
president,
the president was money cry or in a group because the president tell right.
but the
They want to
president, oh, the president, oh, he was out of touch that moment. When he woke up, he was out of touch. He had to remind, which nobody is infallible. It is possible that young people too get out of touch. But the fact that something went wrong at that moment, you want to justify that nothing went wrong, there is a problem.
Hmm.
So we
That's
can't
what
say
the problem.
you can say, oh, young person is, yeah, young person can forget. But then we are made a young person forgot. But the man is old. He already at a disadvantage point. Then you won't allow to say that, oh, it's impossible that the thing happen at all. They may going to another point. The people you talking to now stupid. Honest thing I want to. All the people you
Okay.
talking to, they get sense.
All right. So before we go to the final point, before we open the lines, we have by 5:30 Liberian time, 5:30 my time, we'll be opening the line. By 5:30, we'll have 18 minutes after five. So let me take this break from our sponsor and be right back before we go with the second set, the final topic on the show this morning.
As I lay me down. Hello, dear. Are you looking for a place where you can get the best life saving drugs from Europe, India, the UK, and other parts of the world? Then I recommend the D&G Pharmacy. At the D&G Pharmacy, we have the following: malaria medicine, typhoid medicine of all kinds, syrup of all types, gas and pain tablets of different kinds, sanitary pad, various types of mosquito spray, baby food and bottles of various kinds, different types of face cream, body and mouthwash, baby milk of all kinds, all types of toothpaste and bathing soap. But that's not all. We also have medicine for sicknesses like infection, high blood pressure, heart, sugar, and more. We do delivery and have trained and qualified medical staff to serve you. Yes, it's the D&G Pharmacy with the best life-saving drugs from Europe, India, and other parts of the world. We are located in Duazon at the Turning Point, in Rehab at the Old Bus Turning Point, and in Mambakwe. For more information and inquiry about the pharmacy, you can contact the following cell numbers: 0880 583-741 and 0776-583-741. It's the D&G Pharmacy with the best life-saving drugs in town. I look to you.
Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. So, always love yourself the most and don't do drugs.
A message from Blaze FM 90.7.
Children are often sold by their family members or acquaintances or lured with false promises. They are then held in slave-like conditions, abused, and cut off from their contacts. Report it today and every day. A message for Blaze FM.
So child abuse is a crime. Child human trafficking is a crime. Drugs trafficking is a crime. That's a message from Blaze Radio 90.7. And of course, you listen to the D&G. The D&G is the proud sponsor alongside the Blaze management, sponsoring this program, making sure that we are here. We have internet, we have the means to be here every morning. We have the airtime to talk. Uh, so that's good. Kudos. So you can do the same by being a sponsor or partnershiping with this station on this program, as we always advertise your businesses or personal activities on our show. So thank you to the management and staff of the station. Well, folks, at this juncture, we now have uh, few minutes left. The issue of the Sua Coco thing, we've been talking about it. We have discussed this on numerous time. Sometime last week, we discussed that twice. So Rostolin Swakoko Dennis, the former representative of District Number 4, Moserado County, who is now being replaced by Michael Thomas, uh, was defeated in the 2023 election, and she was subsequently appointed by President Joseph Yuman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, to serve the National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCA. And since then, there have been some issues surrounding her conduct, corruption allegations, and other things. So we talk about Suakoko using 75,000 to purchase two cars, registering one in the name of her company, the Tanti Sanitary Company. So this issue has been in the media. We have discussed that twice. And the good thing is that we always told you what the social media carry when it's validated. What we say here on the radio is being heard. You know, for me, I always say now we're talking. It's possible one day President Barack just be tuning into station and he will just catch Blaze because Blaze is right here in his yard. You know, almost like in his living room. So I'm of the conviction that things we say here, the president hear them, people breathe him about it, and he listened to everything that happened across the country. So don't say, oh, the people, just sit on the radio and say, because that's the, you just sit and you're talking, and when you're talking elaborating and finish. Look, Rostolin Swakoko Dennis used Liberia people money. 75,000 you bought car. You say, look, CEO got to get operational car. You registered that in your company name. You were representative. You know how operational car or errant car. But you came to the public space where they trusted you and gave you job after they took job. In fact, you took job from yourself because have you served well, you have been re-elected. So Swakoko issue, the president has suspended Swakoko, and the letter was served on the 8th of February. So Executive Mansion, Monrovia, Liberia, President Joseph Yuman Boakai Sr. has with immediate effect suspended the president's chief executive officer, CEO of the National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCA, Madam Rostolin Swakoko Dennis. The president's decision follows a resolution of the board of directors of NOCA recommending Madam Dennis' suspension and an investigation into the allegations. Madam Dennis have been ordered to turn over all government properties in her possession to the interim team headed by Mr. Fabi Makiola, NOCA's vice president for operations, who will assume interim oversight of the company's operation. The government of Liberia remain committed to transparency, accountability, and good governance in all sectors, particularly in the management of the country's national resources. An investigation of the allegations against Madam Dennis has been ordered. So this was the communication sent to Swakoko Dennis for her suspension. So she has been suspended. And mind you, when the president suspends you, automatically it just tell you that just go find different thing to do because when the president suspend people, the chances of you coming back is slim. So this is the result of what we sit here and say every morning. So Akoko used the people money to buy car for herself. She say now anybody can be CEO if I go to school. Everybody can be CEO at the same time. You are not the only educated person. You are not the only person who knows the job. There are other competent and capable Liberians. But I want to say kudos. Hope she will not just be suspended, but investigated. And let there be, that's the problem for me. I always say my own one, and people can't say that one right after they open the line. The problem I always have is that people will do investigations and there will be no fundings. The issue of Army Model, I mean, Moda purchased a car with government money, huge government money. They took the car from him. He resigned his post and other things up to date. We don't know whether because there were other corruption allegations, whether he was investigated. What because I saw something once when he appeared at the Senate. What have been the outcome of those investigations? Like for example, Aloysius Talu on a case where the government said no, up your own power will lie on you, will pay you. Yes. So the government continue to do these things, and the LACC have to come up with fundings and let there be penalty for anybody that will steal from government. Anybody that will steal from government will steal from the labyrinth people. Because when we continue to say corrupt, maybe some of the old man and the papi then listening don't know what they call corruption. The people who will steal government fundings. So these things, I don't know. They're just so terrible. But I hear from you, Mr. Yene, Swakoko Dene has been suspended by President Baka for buying, using 75,000 to buy two cars and one for a company.
Oh, thank you. Are you getting me?
You are muted.
You getting me?
Okay.
Achi, are you getting me now? Achi, unmute me.
I
Unmute
don't
me.
know. Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm trying to. Oh God, what is the problem?
Hello?
What is the problem?
Hello, you getting me
Yes, I
now?
think the notification should be to your side. Just unmute from your side, please.
Okay. You getting me
No,
now?
I'm hearing. You should be hearing.
Oh, I'm not hearing him.
You not hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
You hearing me, but I'm not hearing Mr. Yene.
I'm hearing Mr. Yene. But mute, unmute you.
Achi,
I'm
unmute me.
doing it, but it's not going to. Okay,
Tell
Mr.
Achi
Yene.
to unmute me.
Yeah, but try unmuting yourself too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
All right,
getting
just wait.
notification.
Just hold on. Just hold on. I don't know. Mr. Yene, just leave and come right back.
Okay.
So Michael, yeah, let's be hearing from you while Mr. Yene just go and come back in.
Yeah, the first thing is that we commend the president for being decisive enough to have suspended her. We hope there should be an outcome of the investigation. And we hope it's not just some political maneuvering because maybe she doesn't have anybody in the president's circle to talk for her, so she becomes victim or some justification that the government is fighting corruption, whereas they only having some remains of corruption. Uh, the fact that she is suspended signals some sign of deterrence, and it's a way to go. But in these things, it is honesty that matters a lot. We know for a fact that maybe the people who fighting are even more from that, they are even worse than her. They are worse than her, but maybe they are just doing it because they feel, oh, she's not original United Party person. If it can happen to the CEO of the car, we hope it can happen to other people that are in good standing with the president too. But the issue of the fight of corruption in Liberia is an issue of sacred cows. Some people are untouchable, some people are not. And some people some people it is vice versa. Some people are touchable, some people are untouchable. So I mean, if we fight corruption selectively, it will still be a problem. But the fact that she was criticized, the fact that there were public okra, the fact that people wanted the government intervention and the government intervened, it is commendable.
Mhm.
It has to be established. That is commendable. Now is the next step. I saw LSCC inviting her. Yeah, LSCC inviting her. How many people LSCC has invited and we have seen outcomes? So the whole thing is, the whole system is not honest. That's the point. That's the problem we have with this, the government system. So go after few people. We just set example on few people. It has to cut across. Then it becomes a legitimate fight. But Rosalie, I think she's serving the legislature for 6 years, but the legislature is not some professional place that you do. It's a political place. Professional environments requires all the discipline. You got to go through all the procedure. The legislative environment doesn't require all those discipline. I mean, you go, you don't follow the procedures, you don't follow the protocols, you don't follow the rules on the book, the anti-graft policies, you don't follow them. You can't yet get anything you want to get. It's not the same way with professional entities. I think that's the notion that she carried. And you see the kind of thing she was saying, oh, if they can't make money, she's going to buy a private jet. And, all kind of, talking all kind of thing. I mean, I think where she is now, she placed herself there. She placed herself, one of the major things when she went wrong, the worst thing she ever did was to have just written that trash she wrote on Facebook and she said she was defending herself.
Hmm.
That was the worst thing she ever did to herself. How she just kept quiet and allowed the clarification been, to have been done in a way that people will understand her side of the story. She didn't do it. And she go on Facebook, she posts two car, then she say, I know nobody will koto to her popo, all kind of crazy stuff. Then somebody who just, yeah, I said, but what kind of gay? So they beginning with just learning how to do politics that they didn't want to be looking for a word and to be using, and for people to have some understanding that they know small thing. That kind of thing, that's how they get. Reading all kind English, and yeah, disjuncted on her page, just wrote to kind of what kind of gay so she mess herself up. I mean, her upward is she speaks, she speaks with sense sometimes because I've listened to her sometimes on the radio. Sometimes she can miss it up, but one up point in time, I think on two occasions she really delivered on spoon. I think I ought to want to give people impression that she was strong. Yeah, because at some point before, you used to listen to her, she had jumping all over the place. But at some point, yeah, then one other time, listen to, I think one, two interviews from her from Spoon, lastly around the election period. She really, she stood her ground, she delivered. I think those interviews gave her some form of rating too. But when it comes to when it comes to writing, she's off. She's far from it. Her idea cannot flow through her pen. I think the late day she gets more
Yeah,
mother.
her screen lies in the talking. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
But you listen to some interviews, my argument has been disjointed over the years. It just, I think that Spoon, she did some one or two interviews with Spoon. I gave her some rating because she delivered on on those interviews. But when you listen to her interview, and you should be having her at the parliament there, you listen to her live interview, and she used to be talking all kind of, the rating by it can be upside down from her part. You see her rating, she had rating all kind of yaman thing.
And I think Soko should be a master degree holder.
Yeah, she has some. She's a geologist, bro. It's not just about a degree. Let me tell you, education is what bringing out what is in you.
In you,
When
though,
you
that
can have PhD, when you don't know how to harness what is in you, I mean, you will still be this. They feel now there's a doctorate degree holder in one of the chat rooms that when he wrote a piece, he got his name, he got all a degree on it, but at AI he used to read the piece. So yeah, so I read through it. I identified a few things. I left it because so the fact is there's no issue with you using AI to compose. But when you
Mhm.
want to get set that kind of huge credit, put your degree there on
A
AI ratings
degree.
on it, it's crazy. Then you can redo some improvement or change on the AI terminologies that are on the thing that men left. I just read the thing, I just read a few seconds on the thing, I just smile. That rape is a problem.
It's
So
also
what is in you is what you are bringing out. It's not just about the capacity. Because yes, having a degree, it matters a lot. You can study for hours. You can put in time to pass exams. You got to do a lot of things. It requires discipline. But what is not there when you put it there, you discipline yourself enough to bring out some of those skills, to bring out that skill to be a good writer, to be a good communicator. You will not be able to do these things. It will be there. You have the paper. You not have the capacity to express yourself. They got thousands of young Liberians that have degrees now. Some of them cannot write 15 paragraphs without error. You give the microphone to stand for 20, 25 people. They don't have the capacity to express themselves clearly, understandably, concisely, precisely. With logic is a problem. So the degree part is good. Earning it is not an easy thing. And nobody will tell you that degree not
So
anything.
get
Anybody
degree
think
now.
that yeah, degree not joke to get degree not fun. But it's not just a justification for being educated. It requires a lot from her. Said, yeah, she has had some of, she has served as a representative, which is not a merit-based position, it's a
Mm-hmm.
political something
It's a
that you.
political. Yeah.
But the place now that she's supposed to exercise her capacity that she really knows something now is the place that she started blundering. The first defense that she came in for herself. I mean, at that level for you to
It
come
was
in,
too. Yeah, it was too hard.
and she's a lawyer. The girl just when she sat the bar entrance a few times. For her to come besides being a judge, for her to come with that kind of defense, I
It was
mean,
too. It
it's
was too.
disappointing.
It was very disappointing on her part, and those are things that haunted her.
I mean, you just lay some kind of strong argument when I even 3, 4, 5 paragraphs here. You lazy it up, let the people be arguing. I want alone. You
Yeah.
justify
Yeah.
all the
Oh
laws of the
yes.
book, everything that you're supposed to do that is in accordance, how the board justify, approve it, the laws on the board. Because she's a lawyer now. That thing, man, thing you're doing that the other people, in as much as you're going to come up with a very strong argument, the first thing people are going to be debating when they say whether they get that propaganda they're using against her in the first place. Because we know that Martin or manipulating some documents to help justify a point. Martin usually does that. So, yeah, as much as you're going to be relaxed and you're going to come into play, but I guess you'll win in a case or anybody else, you can win your own case.
Hmm.
That
So they
whole
respond. Just they respond. They
Jeff
respond
Bars,
alone for
Jeff
herself.
Bars, the bar
I'll,
association
I'll
is
hire her to be my lawyer too. So I'll
the
hire her.
unfair response to her own case. You can win her own case. You will. Now, hold
I'm
on,
telling you. I'm
hold
telling
on,
you.
career,
So so
what kind
let
of
let
case
let,
you don't win you.
let he, Mr. Yene, let hear from you shortly before we just open the line. We have discussed this over time. Uh,
Yeah. Are you getting me now?
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, what I'm looking at is solution to corruption. Corruption has become a norm now in the Liberian society. So even you can fire Rosalind today, I don't think it will be the solution. What I think government can do now is to control the money in our country. No minister should be given the money you take it, you give it to the people. But man, you gotta you gotta protect the dry meat and also the smell of the dry meat. If you don't you don't just gotta do it then just to put a bling on the puppy door. The thing is dry meat and also it smells. Then you take it, you put it inside the door. So what I think government can do over there, if really they want to fight corruption, is the budget of all those entities, the bank accounts of all those entities or ministries. It should be there should be special or people who will be signatory to it, including the president, if possible. Yeah, some of
Before I just, let me just cut you a few minutes.
mm,
So, like you said about bank account, it's essential. I heard the VP, the current the VP was in Nimba on his farm where they were having the energy retrieve.
mhm.
Look, talk about just LEC having 31 accounts.
You see that?
LEC.
You see that?
How will one entity have such an account?
How how how?
How do those accounts be traced?
My man, money has current. Money can make people crazy. Let me just give you a short story. A guy went. The man, it's long time that it happened. That we got a story. The man was a family prepared a document for him to travel. He was from Blodewi. They went to the village there, another nearby village to look for Billy go so they can kill on money to have program in travel. That man had $20 USD with some Guinea francs. The man, he go in the town cheap put one boy behind him so they can go look for the goat. His wife left in the town, the two of them went in the village. So when they went, while going, he took all the money he was checking in the Guinea franc, then the US and all were there. They bought out behind the man, saw the money. That boy who he not change you. He not think crazy behind that man. Different thing came to his heart. Instead of them going straight now, he went, he told the man they must take some kind of road. They went and reach to the water. Now knowing the state he took in a hand, that state he took to can't kill the people's son.
Jeff was talking about you.
They reached to the river, he told the man, let's take our shoes so we can cross. While the man bending down to take out to roll his trouser sleeve off, that's how he knocked the man, he killed the man. Crazy him, he told the man, face care, he put it on his head, the man jacket, he wore it, he came the time, midnight, the man wife asking him, where my husband? He said the man coming back. He coming later. Go. Now I just say, oh, I killed the man.
Oh.
So they just stop it right there. Total money has current. Now everybody, some people when they see it, different thing. Don't show money. The thing I not see now, my man. Some people can talk with you, go on phone, take money, send it to them for them to undertake some kind of project for you in Nigeria. It change. The whole story change. So let government control it a Freeport budget, Freeport account. Let the president be signatory to that account. If possible, the speaker, the senate president, the vice president, along with the Freeport director. When Freeport get any budget, let them write a proposal and kind of defend it, then they will send it. And no car, one car, then the president should buy it. Let the president just write a proposal, we want new car. Send it, the president, the CRC see it, other people see it, they sign the document, they go to the account, they withdraw the money, they go to buy the car. It will not be in the people's hand. Then you want, because even you fire Rosalind today, if anything just happened yesterday, when Amin Moda happened 96,000 were discussing 96,000 or more were having were discussing it, and he lost the job. They stopped there, and I could go happening. You think Rosalind will be the last person? In fact, let me tell you, maybe she didn't really or handle her good while the secret came out. But let me tell you that there might have been some people that have been successful in the whole thing. The fact that they're playing with the whole money in their hand. Why will somebody take $30 million, can't take it and say he gave some to money changer there and he gave some to the why? And even they want to put some money in the market, it should be the approval of those that are signatory. So the finance minister should be signatory to all the entities or accounts. For me, that's how I see it. If you really want to fight corruption, but you just leave it, you fire the other person tomorrow, you know whether the Ministry of Finance coming or Ministry of this, that, Internal Affairs, this, or a finance ministry get money they generating from passport or whatever. Let's say Foreign Affairs Ministry is generating from this, that.
So just to inject this,
Mm-hmm.
the finance minister will be overwhelmed, the president will be overwhelmed. That's why they have anti-graft institutions. So they have the RAA most of the times that you have to go through the procedures. So when you bypass the RAA regulation, then it's an issue of corruption. So most of the corruption rating that comes to Liberia, they look at the procedure, the procedural issues, the procedure. Whether you are following the procedure, the guidelines are there for you to take money from here to there. They got processes that you're supposed to pass through. If you
Marco,
can beat that process, the finance minister is a politician. The other people are politicians and they are overwhelmed. I can tell you for a fact, the president is overwhelmed. The president does not have the capacity to sign every check that will come from every
yeah,
minister or agency. The
Marco,
finance minister does not have that capacity. I have
Michael,
been around some of these corridors before. I can tell you for a fact the kind of stress that is attached to some of those
yeah,
places.
that's true. But for the situation, in order to minimize it, and let me tell you, it
No,
will
that
not
the
be
regulations are there. The only thing the government internal regulations should be adhered to.
yeah,
So
there
when
will
they not
be
adhere to these regulations, then there's a problem.
there will be certain amount. Let's say, for example, maybe they're spending 5,000. That one they themselves can do it, but above there be certain amount, maybe
Yeah,
a
that's why PPCC comes in. Besides the RAA, any regulation or such, they have PPCC that you got to pass through the PPCC process. So all the regulations are there. They are trying to bypass the regulation. So it's
I
not the
can't,
president and the finance minister issue here. It's an issue of somebody deliberately trying to buy. If you are spending any vehicle you want to buy above 5,000, you got to pass through the PPCC regulation. The
and
PPCC
let
has
me
to
let me
approve.
tell you, I will be frank to tell you that it's not only Swakoko that do nothing. Some people who are there,
Exactly
they not
so.
do it, and not because
Exactly.
it's just that they too they were smart in it. They know probably there's some of the things that been burning Swakoko hot or recently or have been burning up. Some people have done it more. They are Nina coming off. Then she, I think it just like 45,000 or 30,000 difference because she bought the 45,000 vehicle for the government, which of course is supposed to have been, but the difference, which is 30,000. When you saw Robert Sadi then breaking down that whole place, looting that whole place, millions of dollars, they walk away. Then just 30,000 alone pour on the public. So for me, that be a way there because you can't
No,
leave
not,
it.
not the 30,000, Mr. Yere, sorry for interrupting you.
Mhm.
Where the whole problem came from,
Mm.
for what I learned, the money that was 75,000, they wanted to justify that 75,000 through the car. Paying for one car, get the other for 45,000, then they get the 30,000 back in cash.
Oh shit.
But the 30,000 back they wanted in cash, like they didn't do well. Yeah, they didn't do well with the dealers because like the dealer refused to get the money back.
You know, too one call. They say that government money.
They
Everybody
get the money to the dealer. For the dealer to get that amount of money back now, it was hard. So for the dealer to get that money back, you got to get a significant portion of that money, either 10, 15,000.
well,
So let me tell you something, it can be very hard for the dealers to get that kind of money back. Either fact, when they know you, maybe they'll bring the rating down 5,000 or so, but when they know you, they will charge you huge. So for that point, and then she couldn't, so that the place that maybe she and the dealers had a misunderstanding, she couldn't get a certain percentage, and they couldn't get all the money back now, so she was forced to get another car. At the place now, the whole Sony exposed, the two-car business came
well,
in, and the
for me,
other
that's
people
how I look
see
at
it.
it. I don't see it as the solution. The solution is government should come down. They will not
Mhm.
expose the budget now to the minister, then to the directors. Then yeah,
Okay.
it should be yeah. So
So
that's it.
yeah, so I think it's necessary. So folks, if you're just joining us, this is Blaze 90.7. The program is Wake Up Court. At this point, we will now open the phone lines to accept your calls. 10 minutes up to 6 o'clock, 07779079070, 07779079070, and the female line 07780755616. Our WhatsApp line is +231 triple 857 7750 +231 triple 857 7750. Let's get this person. Good morning.
Brother, and good morning to the panel on set.
Okay. What is your name and where you call from?
Thank you. My name is Josiah Small Fumi from the Commandant Prince Island, commonly called 540.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me say thanks to the both of you on set for your topic on the discussion series of issue you guys discuss. And even we discuss Liberia like it together, I think we'll find a way forward. Like, let me start with the groundbreaking ceremony that went on concerning the group of 77. Let me just correct something. It's not 72nd, it's
77. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
77.
Yeah, thank you.
The group of 77. And with the president issues, no one can deny the fact that the president is not owing his own. Yes. It happens to some young people when you're sleeping at times. Sometimes you wake up and tell yourself, Even making your own room though. But the meat of this is what took place there. That was in the project, the $5 million project that is about to start over there. That will take you away from there.
Yeah, so we'll look at that $5 million project, but our focus point on that area on that program was the issue of the president. So we'll just hold it
All
as
right.
it is right now.
All right, thank you. That's your own, and that's my own catch. So when they talk about Dennis issue, also let's talk about Dennis issues. Let me say thank you to Nyland Liberal. No one's out guessing there will talk about Dennis because I they are very arrogant the way the Liberian people. You have done something while the Liberian post speaking. You make a post. Hi, if I saw around 150,000 cars, they enjoy you doing some book. And all it was their respect to we the Liberian people. Okay. On the government law when it comes to procuring cars, that all government agencies or whosoever with the essential president, vice president, all people like exempted from that law. You should pay all the budget for the 5,000 car. You go budget 75,000 car. You say you budget for the 5,000. The 30,000 kickbacks. You wonder it. The dealer say no. Then you told Kai Rest and commanding. When the report raise the issue, like you guys on the media, us raise the issue, then you try to insult. If I was a fan to with the Liberian people,
yes,
insulting us from your post. You were very arrogant, right? Now she has been suspended. And let me say thank you to the president. There are some steps taken when it comes to fighting corruption.
Okay.
Like we got as government officials in court corruption issues.
Thank you.
Going to court is evidence based. Law and feelings.
Thank you.
It's evidence based.
Oh God, who's this person?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, sorry for the fever. So sorry. I'm Joseph Freeman. I joined you from Broadway this morning.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Let me say good morning to the baroness and to your other colleagues in there. You know, brother, number one of your colleagues said that if the account will be managed or signature by the vice president, the speaker, the whosoever, I think that's one of the solutions there. I agree with him. But you know the main solution, brother, in the whole thing? The solution in the thing, people should be forwarded to court. People should be prosecuted. People should be investigated. If they are guilty, let them be penalized. Okay. Because recently, people are not being penalized over the year. Not only today, not only yesterday, not only the day before yesterday. People will just be suspended and go sit down. Like, for example, the RRC case. Have you heard anything, brother?
No way, no way.
Have you heard anything? The Amin Moda case. Have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? Everything alleged. Nobody investigate nobody. Nobody prosecute anybody. Everybody just go with the Liberian people money and sat there and sat down by themselves and just enjoy themselves, they and their family. Why the president will do this? I think the president need to come down very hard and start forwarding people to court, LACC, all of them. But when you ever see LACC, I'd really come down hard on people. It's difficult. So I think the government needs to come down very hard when this kind of thing happen. For the party, you listen to Swakoko did it, you listen to her response. It was serious affront to the Liberian people. The government will be fine, but you know who made the government up there? The people that president appointed. And when the president does not control and come down hard to prosecute people for them to serve their sentence in that 10 years, in that 15 years in jail, the other people will see it, they will not try it. But if they're not happy at all, everybody will come. I mean, Mola did it. The RRC did it. Yes, who know tomorrow who?
All right.
The president, the government need to come down very hard and prosecute the people. Let them serve their term if they are guilty. But other than that, you will see more and more alleged corruption.
All right. Good morning, Joseph Tamba.
Good morning, Brother Archie, and good morning to your studio discussants as well.
Okay.
Most especially, Michael, I appreciate this morning for your maximum input and education provided on this platform. Brother Archie, let me congratulate the president again for the drastic decision taken in listening to the Liberian people view and concern concerning the former lawmaker of District Number 4 and the boss of Noka, Rosalind Swakogo Dennis. You know, this is the kind of leader that we're looking for in this country. people, a leader that will be able to listen to the cry and the concern of Liberian. This is my very first time in this country as Liberian following political issue. And the president is very drastic when it comes to making executive decision on his appointees. Because we saw in the past, the government, the president was very dormant. People complain. Still, journalists talk, radio station, publish issue, but he was silent only because he was coerced and he was in cahoots with those guys who were doing the wrong thing. But thanks to the president, that's why we brought the changes. But what I want to see from this president, Baraji, I want to see government officials wearing orange jumpsuit to go at Memorial Central Prison because of corruptions. I want to see that. And I believe the president I campaigned and voted for through the length and breadth of this country and have brought back to power to redeem. He has become a redeemer, a Moses of our time. He will make sure that those that are in the act of always coming with the intention to steal, to marginalize the Liberian people, this has come to an end.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I will see.
So the female line 0778075616. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where you call from?
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where do you call from? Oh God. Call back 0779079007. The female line 778075616 and our WhatsApp number +231 888-577750 is the WhatsApp number. 0777907907 is the number to put you through on the show this morning. Or if you are loose star subscriber, call us on 887-111-107. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you call from?
Call from 540. My name is Danawadi P.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. You see about the suspension of the lady from the car is welcoming. You know, people who take public or property or whatsoever, they just use it on their own in that manner. I mean, following the main rule, you need to be punished. You know, it's happening everywhere. People are corrupting and the news coming. But people are being suspended and some people are not being suspended. And people are looking at it clearly that these are the people that are doing the wrong thing. People are asking the president suspend this man. And the president not hearing it. But you're looking at other people suspending them. And you see, and you're going to fight corruption, my brother, fight corruption fairly.
Okay.
That everybody be responsible when you do your own, you must go for the investigation.
Okay.
But other people shouldn't be sitting there and can't go for such a thing. They can't punish them and they punish other people. Let it be for this thing. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where you call from?
My name is Jacob Carroll. I call District number 4, precisely to that community.
Go ahead. I don't know you have some feedback from your phone.
Come again?
You're having a terrible feedback. Just end the call and call right back. 0777907907 0777907907. If you're just joining us, this is Wake Up Call on Blaze Radio 90.7. You listen to all of the issues we discussed this morning. Good morning. Good morning. What is your name and where you call from? Wow, orange. Go ahead.
This was a topic on discussion. How
you have to shake up. You have to shake up a bit. I'm not getting anything from you. The network is very bad.
Okay. Hello, are you getting me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think how will it be penalized? They cannot be penalized because looking at the whole allegation, it's just a business the president doing.
Okay.
It's a business they're doing. I tell you this story. They cannot punish any government official that corrupt. When they get out, he's a man, they take out their own, they set up person free. I just business they're doing. So I think let's just forget about it. I tell you two story.
Okay.
Thank you.
087 111 107 +231 888 577 7507 778 075616. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm very sorry I'm
Yeah,
not
go.
getting a
Just go
female
ahead.
number.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Nancy Johnson calling from here, the area. I will begin with the one that Farmer said, which is a teacher problem this morning. I don't really know the librarian, they don't respect teachers. And whosoever are up there down to the president you begin from in the classroom. Even you guys are the student you begin from in the classroom. But the people don't respect teacher in this nation. 2021, I went to the Ministry of Health to do my birth certificate. They were taking ID cards from the health worker. They said when you are working person here, when you are working person here, when you are nurse or doctor, whosoever, bring your ID card so we can deal with you. There was a lady who carried her ID card and she is a teacher. She carried the ID card and people said that no, they only dealing with the health worker. So it means that teachers are not important in the society of Liberia. And the people have to know that before you become whosoever today, you can begin from in the classroom. So they should try to notify us. And the second thing there is ability business. What you people discussing over there. I don't want for you people to be doing comparison on negative things. Because Dara DeLong King, he said he was right. What some all were passing all around from room to room when we go. So they say, oh, your knee is not here. We'll make sure to vote because he said he was a light to shine. And at the end of the day, the light not even go nowhere. It becomes dim. So if somebody is trying to do something, you can't be like me. I can't be like you. Maybe for him, deep down a high, you ready waiting to do it. So when somebody is trying to do positive things, we should not be doing comparison with negative things.
Okay.
So that lady that over there are discussing this, that say money is a root of evil. We don't blame them because people can be moving from one point to another to vote them or to put them into position. They feel that they are better more than other people. But what I want to say is that anybody that will do wrong when it comes to corruption in this nation, they should not just suspend you or sack you. The person should go through punishment. If they continue to do it, the whole thing will become silent. Thank you.
Thank you so much. 07779079070 0887 The female line 778 If you follow, you want to call on the WhatsApp plus 231 888 Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name?
I'm Vani Jariba calling for Brother.
Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much for your discussion. Reality to the point. Let's just put it in our own family setting. We all are parents. How do you discipline your children when they go? But when the children are with you, some will listen to your advice and they will do the wrong thing. What scared the other one is the disciplinary action that you take on one of the child. It scared the other one. Say, I'll pass it, we shouldn't do the thing. When we do it, this is the end result. Come on, take it to the government.
Okay.
There are too many children the government got. The leadership, this is President Joseph Boakai government. The end line, whosoever do something to Oka or wheresoever, the bottom line, it will reflect on President Joseph Boakai. He's the father. He's out the government. So whatsoever you do down there, the punishment that come to you is scariness, man. I want to do this thing, but I know the end result. When I'm caught, this is what will happen. Simple.
Okay.
Finish. That's the reality there.
Thank you. It is 7111107. 887-107-777-907-907 God, make your point. This is wake up call. Get this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you call from?
Well, I'm Jacob Carroll calling from Subata community.
I don't know what is that feedback from your phone. I don't really know. Just go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
Much better?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much for the topic on the discussion, brother. But when we told people that this is what we're gonna think, but when we see from the old age, policy within this country have been violated. People do things and work freely, and even use the money that they corrupt the Liberian people with, and use it to go for another position in the country again, to run for another position. When the policy are not effective,
Hello, Archie. Hello, Archie. Hello, Archie.
He's disconnected. Is no connection? The network is giving hard time.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the discussion. The president fighting corruption, I think it's just he's not really serious to fight corruption. Because I can remember few guys in the first lady office, but the first lady office to a public relative, that office, a very big office in the country. See the step they took. We suspend them for 1 month. We are happy. We are no prosecution. We are no prosecution that setting precedent to punish them. The issue about Amin Moda, since Amin Moda was forced to resign, and it was all. Certain people around the president cannot be touched. You see the issue about Francis Yemane were alleged for rape. Up to now, no action has been taken. So I think this president is jealous. It's thing that he's doing. If you close to him, he protect you. If you're not linked with the Unity Party's recommendation, and then you misbehave him, and I'll let you take you from there. Well, no prosecution.
Okay.
And the president is not really serious for corruption. Thank you.
Thank you. So I don't know. The president, you say the president of for corruption. The president suspending people who are corrupt. You stay condemning it. Good morning. Good morning, Pascal.
Yes, say morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
No, you see, people can come here and bluff. Liberians are smart people. We are hungry for people to fight corruption. So when you come to scheme on us, we will tell you.
Okay.
If say a suspended, God forbid, a blaze. When somebody suspended, there's either you steal or you did not steal. Either there's some kind of news about you. And you are not totally guilty because we want to investigate why you have been suspended.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't mean that you're guilty. Somebody suspended, they're going to come back based on the outcome of that report. So there have been several other persons in this government who have been suspended. And so for us to know as to whether the acts or crimes were actually committed, is for you to go through the due process. It's for you to be before the law. So the person has taken decision on several persons in terms of suspension. What has been the outcome of those reports for us to do? You go to LGA. There was a money issue involving LGA. Mind you, the government came on the issue of the drugs. Have you been able to get report on the issue of the LGA with Bauko, with AB Kroma and other particular?
AB Kroma just Vatican them for carried out assassination.
Defamation.
So, I'm talking about what is happening between three of them. Has the president, have there been any report for us to read to say, these people committed this
or they didn't do this, and so we're bringing them back. Have there been any report? They go to Ami Moda. Has there been any report on Ami Moda, for God heaven's sake? I mean, we got to stop those kinds of things. And somebody say, I did a person suspending them. No. It's not about telling somebody say you go with one more. Okay, that's not what happened to the guy to LDA, not LDA, but the Bureau Immigration Service. And everywhere is Steve Zago. What is the outcome of Steve Zago? Because when people are suspended, it means either, like I said, you did something or you did not do it. You can be suspended for joy and come back based on the outcome of the report. So where are the reports? So they agree that, oh, yeah, probably suspended. On what basis? What is the LCC? We all were here when the LCC were asked to get involved with the issue of the bribery regarding the removal of Osigo Fanatic Kofa. Somebody had a money displayed, 14,800. The LCC were asked, they can even take it back to the LTA. Where are the reports on those different corruption saga? And somebody can tell me, one will believe that all the president is fighting corruption. Okay, today there's an issue with Francis Yimane. He requested over 200,000 to furnish his office. Why is it that the president has not taken a decision? Why has the president not suspended Francis Yimane? I will take you back to Grace Day. I mean, we got to be serious here. Say this is not a place where people come to make mockery of people. The president is on record of telling his officials of government to steal and use the money right here. You know, so but somebody to tell me, oh, you say the president will fight corruption. Where are you fighting corruption? Where are you fighting corruption when the president is even bribing people? You can go to the bank, central bank, where he told 374,000 to get to an individual to leave his post and bring a school nursing a course in there. Is this president serious about corruption? And you want me to believe he's fighting corruption because Sakogo is not for the United Party, or perhaps you were brought in by somebody, or there's a pressure on him? We got to stop those kinds of things. Mr. Baka is not serious. He has been very unserious from day one. And then, okay, as I close, the issue with Guinness. Getting to 20 million, 22 million, without going through the PPCC Act. $22 million US. He didn't go through the PPCC Act. It's a breach of the law. It's going contrary against good governance. So the president has not taken one single decision on Guinness. He didn't say that in Jersey. After he go back to Double Jala at the Liberal Revenue Authority. Here, Ami Moda was involved into that. Who provided the money for Ami Moda? It was not Moda himself. It was Jala who provided the money. So if you took a decision on Ami Moda for buying a car, why are you not taking a decision on the man who provided the funding?
Thank you, Pastor.
And somebody want me to believe, Mr. Blacker is very unserious, and we got to say every day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joseph Tama, 30 seconds, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes we are coerced to call for the second time based on people who call on this platform and don't
issue
understand
is that, hello,
issues.
this
I'm
issue,
coming, brother.
I don't always want you to be somebody poor and say something.
I want to deal with the issues.
So,
I'm not dealing with individual. I want to deal with the issues, right? Good. I'm not dealing with individual. I'm not going personal with anybody.
30 seconds.
Good. You see, LDEA, Abraham Kumar was not suspended because of corruption. That is one point. Ami Moda, the president did not suspend Ami Moda. He resigned based on a conscience.
Ami Moda was on a suspension when he resigned.
Hello.
I'm listening to you.
When the president arrived,
Ami Moda was on a suspension when he resigned.
That was made by the president at the Rabat International Airport.
He was asked to resign. He was forced to resign.
Former Commerce Minister to resign.
So since he resigned, has he been investigated?
You say you give me 30 minutes. Let me make my point.
Has he been investigated?
Because people go on this platform and say the president is not serious when it comes to fighting corruption. We saw in the past 6 years, there was no administrative decision taken against appointees of government under the stewardship of then George Manawiya, president of the Republic of Liberia. But we see now, with our eyes, this president that is capable, that is working to fight corruptions in all sectors of this country, taking drastic decisions. Do you know what it means to suspend a person without salary?
Thank you.
It's a huge punishment.
Okay. So thank you so much. 07779079070 0777907907887 107. The female line 778-075616, and the WhatsApp number +231 888-577-7750. So the issue about suspension is, I think we will again tomorrow have to talk about this. Suspending without action, without any investigation, without any outcome, then I think it's meaningless, right? So now for Swakoko, for example, Swakoko is gone. Without investigation, she will be there, and probably somebody else will replace her. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you come from?
My name is Sandra Dime from the Bata.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm silent listening. I always listen to the show.
Okay.
That's one that I don't go out and listen. If you ever want me to call this morning, I started right there, let me laugh. I think this kind of guys and I didn't want to try to suffer in the country. Why are some of the things that you said about you really doing away? He called the first time and he called the second time. He said, oh, just about that still doing this and that. They don't want to call you and go to that school everywhere, bro. Just about that in power.
May your point be Pascal.
You don't know how to suffer in the country.
Pascal said,
they have the opportunity. So when they sit down there, when they is eating our money, and then the low man down the land suffering, then they can't, and they start talking all kind of things because they put the struggle in their food. So they will sit there and start things will not benefit the Liberian people.
Okay.
Yeah. What's that? Then they go on school and they be calling.
Thank you. 777-907-907 077-907-907 let's get this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you come from?
It's Moses Dan. I'm calling from Broadway.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the show. The first issue I want to raise is you want to try at least to know still on the no time, on the no point. So the government is not trying, the government is not doing well. We want them to know any. If somebody intentionally steal the people, like bring people money, let's say the man sold about 1.5 million or no 2 million, then you suspend the man, the next man will say, oh, I will not eat my own too. When they don't suspend me or they take me, yeah, I will say now. So let the government go far. Okay. Let them go by compensating the Lebron people money, putting it in the Lebron cover. Like the whole war now, looking so gonna win now. With the whole regime honor, United States, new leadership. So therefore, I want to resources together so we can fuck up our thing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. What is your name and where you come from?
My name is Achida. I call you from Mount Barkley, from my residence.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the show. In the first place, this is my debut on this show. I always listen to you. Okay. One of the things we Liberians should understand is that our judiciary need to do their work. Since the particular judiciary put stay order on the asset recovery, we have not gotten no account. But you don't hear sedition talking about that. All we say is, when you suspend, the president will not go in a court to prosecute Swakoko. Let the LACC and the judiciary do their part. Liberians should understand this too. Why the two will call on the president to do what he's supposed to do, we should also call on the requesting authority to do what is right. So we should not. So if the president now go in a court and start prosecuting people, you know what other will say? The president will not do that. So let's tell LACC to do their work and the judiciary to also be fair in doing their job. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Let's get this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where you come from?
Yeah, my name is James. I come from Kingston.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but why the issue on discussion, brother? The government is not proceeding well. Other people will not understand. Suspending somebody without investigation is not
and the right thing to do. And I heard one brother talking about the LCC and how the Supreme Court to do their job. The government is not listening to anybody. The government is not listening to anybody. You understand me? You suspended the LPA people. They went to the court. The court told you to reinstate those people and go through the investigation. You deny. Even when it comes to the saga of the removal of the Imbado speaker, you deny. And tell me, so what would the court do? The government not listening to anybody. So they both got it right. And they just do what they want to do, my man. 6 years that long. I'm waiting 5 years and a half. 4 years and a half.
It says here when you born child now, you know the child will be 4 years before the government end.
Yeah, no problem. How long? Your way was just there yesterday, and now it's him. How long? The 4 years not too long, my boy. It was 6 years. Now like 4 years and a half now.
Thank you.
No package. We have problem. If they're not listening to anybody, then what would the Supreme Court do? You know, you haven't stopped the nation just going down. The whole full of the Supreme Court now extended. Ain't talking about data.
Okay. Thank you. Well, folks, I get one or two, and we'll just call it a day as we conclude on this show this morning. If you just tuning in, this is Blaze Radio 90.7. The program is Wake Up Call. It comes from Mondays to Friday from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead. What is your name and where you come from?
I'm Pastor Anthony Snago. I'm calling from Marshall Highway.
Go ahead.
You see the problem with the corruption issue? Really, to be frank, the government joking with those people.
Okay.
When somebody sees that person need to face the law, most especially in a country where many people are suffering like this, people are stealing huge amount of money and they don't go to jail for that. You know, President Bouaka is one of us president, but he's linear with these people. He has fed on them. Yeah. So my advice to the president is the president, when the people are caught in corruption, let them face the law, let them go to jail. They should not be suspended and go with impunity.
Okay.
Yeah. But more people are spoiling the president.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Don't hold the line. No time already. Good morning to this person.
Morning.
Morning. What is your name?
My name is Alex. I call from Grand Bazar to be specific. Orange Town.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I came to your discussion this morning, and I want to appreciate the discussion this morning. But when it comes to the issue of corruption, I want to say clearly that President Bouaka is fighting corruption. How comes in the past years people used to corrupt, I used to call them to order. But to see him calling people, suspect people, I think it should bring something in the mind of that trainer. Yes, he will fight. There's the second year he started. So look at somebody say 80 years old. Yes, look at an 80 years old man. We believe that in the third year or in the quarter when the year go July, we see what next will happen. So we want to appreciate it where for the level of corruption is fighting for now. Thank you this morning for allowing me to.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, my good brother Achi.
Okay.
Well, let me say thanks to you on your morning presentation. Comment to all women that are the CEO and the other panelists. I think money is Mohammed M. Kane, Chion, the efficient and best fellow. I think when we come to the issue, let me take a little bit, or the corruption aspect. Look, I think President Bouaka, people are stealing huge amount of money buying cars. Okay, it takes on the 5,000 naira, on the 2,000 naira, 99,000 naira to their budget or one vehicle for you, or that's it for you and your family. You have a lot of thousands of people they are cornering. Okay, and this matter, I think, from the former representative on 64, most of the country who lost election. Okay, she lost in election. Then you bring her back in power to get a huge position to serve as a CEO for Nuka, the oil company. Okay, I think Madam, you go worship a person who in Kanda. She went over there to that huge amount of money. I don't know whether she won't campaign again. Suwon campaign again. And the people of this fool, not only the people of this fool, I think for we, the people of this country, we need to be very more careful the way in which we elect people within the fair position within the parliament. Because most of these people, they're not with nothing for us. Okay? If you look at the disabled community, Brother Achi, okay, people, look, we are suffering on a daily basis. See me? We are suffering on a daily basis. Some of us, we're not so recording even on air to be asking public, to be asking management for a sex thing. It's very more frustrating.
Okay.
On a very serious note. So let me say thanks to you.
Thank you.
Let me say thanks to the CEO.
Okay.
That God bless you. Whatsoever little contribution you're going to do for me on Wednesday, God going to multiply and give it back to him and his family and his generation. May God bless you, Brother Ati. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's squeeze this person as our final caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning. What is your name and where you call from?
The name remains Sileke Kuma, calling from Morrison from Chronicle Nima Sileke.
Go ahead.
You see, my brother, this country, I hear some guy back in his government say, government is funding corruption. My brother, I don't know where the Ghana coming from in this country. This country is bleeding. Everybody is crying. Someone going to take money, buy huge money, took money, bulk, just suspend the person. If the government are proceeding well, if it going to suspend other people when they told them the court, nothing they can do. So the government not here for anybody. Let them go ahead, do anything they want to do. The government just like China on the street, they can't listen to the parents, how the government look. Joseph Barker is the element that put respect to put in this country. They put in this country, they call him so-called president. He's not proceeding well. He's not proceeding well. So let us look at them.
Okay.
Let people should not just say, look at them.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me squeeze my man Bayoga. Today, Bayoga still want to call. Bayoga, finally, you the last caller.
Yeah,
I'm good, Chief. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. How are we?
Good.
Okay. Yeah, Chief. I was listening to you because our people don't want to do representative job. They see where they do it because representative job. Anything they do, nobody can say that there. But now, maybe you ask one of the things I got when you look at, and they see corruption. That woman, I got to do all in this before. Now, you can wear so easy, go against sleep. So, thank you for the personnel. Yeah. Thank you for participating.
Okay.
Because the representative job, you see that is see corruption will carry there because representative job, your state will put it down. But when, more can be a blind there.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So, folks, we are now accepting calls. Let me welcome back Mr. Yene and Michaels. As we come back, so Mr. Yene is back. Welcome. You listen to all of the callers. Just conclude from your end as Michael will conclude as well.
Yeah, they have said it all. But what we're looking for is solution. Corruption, we will not continue to be saying the thing. Even government comes, sometimes the president all he can be nothing. But the people, you don't know, some people that were accept from the initial stage. There are people that money can put current in them. Money can change their whole future.
But so the thing that people say the president will not just suspend and take action.
Like what other caller said, the asset recovery thing, because in a favor of CDC, they don't forget about it. They ain't talking about it now. So now they will only say, the government do their one because they know they are gone free. They want to throw to that money. That's in corruption.
But so, that's why the government need to put their feet on fire to make sure that let it bring, because we can say that CDC people do it now. Because government just stop the investigation halfway, they just stop it there, they won't say anything again about it.
They were hanging over them. Actually, and the fight again is not fair. People just talk about other people that are supposed to have even been prosecuted. Nothing came from out of their own operation. They still zago them, like humiliating. So let just fight it by putting the form under restriction, under screening. Before you get the money, let it be at the know of the president, the speaker, anybody. Yeah, I mean, the list goes on. Vice president, protect and other people, especially on if your office need equipment or you need to fund your office, it should be something that the other people would know about. Okay, if you don't want to say this, the speaker and thing, then let the LSCC and the other committee that responsible be involved into it. But the money should not rest upon the minister or the director or the head alone. They will play inside. They will take it as soon as they finish using it now. Then they say, yeah, that is suspended man now. Oh, but the people now go with it. While Liberian people didn't get food to eat. So the best way is not to be doing all the things. You will continue. I tell you, Swakoko will not be the last person. Some people will say he's suspended. Yeah, so
Thank you.
For the Liberty Party convention, I think we spoke on it, but the people never called about it. Yeah, so that's it. That 3 things they went for to keep the legacy of Charles Bronski, and also the one wrong. They want for Jeremiah
So
Kundu.
they want me behind the hall, yeah.
They want to do it. What? They slip. And then they want again, when the government spoil, their name on spoil. They want be clean. They want being an excuse. That's why they're not giving their position. They're not free position. They're not in position. They're not outside position. They know where. These are the 3 things. Yeah. So thank you very
See
much.
you tomorrow.
Many things to every Liberian. If this were not better on our side, we hope and pray to make it better the next time. And if it were better, we hope and pray to make it more better than this. My name is Lawrence Yan Yene. Thank you very much. Bye bye from my end.
Thank you, Mr. Yende. Thank you. So let's hear from Michael. Michael?
Yeah, I think I believe honesty matters a lot in the conversation that we have, in as much as we are trying to talk against other people, we should be honest with the conversation. There's a case about Francis Nyimane that came up about rape. I think one of the reasons that case didn't go a lot was that the evidence they were trying to show folk on social media was a doctored video. It was a video that they had a voice over. The person that was doing all that crying was not in the video. It was a voice over. So when you critically examine the video, you know that it was doctored. That's why a lot of people did not give attention to it. It may have been that he had some issue for the lady and she tried raising it, whether that for extortion purposes or it was legitimate. She had a right to take him to court. But the video they were trying to use as an evidence, it was a doctored video. They had a voice over it. Somebody edited, they were crying and they edited like that. So you couldn't have used that thing to raise any major argument against him. If it was a genuine video, it would have been a serious issue against him. And it is important to note this is not a point, this is not major, but I decided to chip in with it because there's a guy that said President we are did not dismiss anybody. President Bwaga is dismissing people. Let me give you a few names that President we are dismissed or forced them to resign during his regime as well. You heard about Nathaniel Petrie, he was the central bank governor. When the controversial 25 million mop-up happened, since it happened under his regime, his administration at the central bank, he was forced to resign. Nathaniel Petrie resigned. Even during the 16 billion issue with Charles Sirleaf, the rest of the people in the Milton Weeks, they had to go. But people say, oh, they were opposition people, so maybe they are the president, then let them go. But let look at even if they didn't, Charles Sirleaf, Milton Weeks, they left the CBN because of that controversy. The CDC president that they appointed, or the president we are appointed to, was forced to resign. Nathaniel Petrie. So he was one of those. The NHA, the National Housing Authority leadership, Duana Sanyo and his deputies, they were forced to, they were dismissed and taken and sent to court. Their case was on. I think that recently that their case even concluded. Duana Sanyo and his deputies were and Leges. We know about the president dismissing people from Leges. We know about the president we are dismissing LBS, the deputy director. We know about president we are dismissing deputy ministers from Ministry of Commerce. We know about president we are dismissing the NBC, the National then Bureau of Concession will know about him suspending people. It was an entity that Gregory Como was heading because President we appointed Gregory Como to head the NBC, and he and his deputies at the NBC there, they had a serious issue. At some point, they fought him and all, and those people that fought Gregory Como, the president suspended them. Eventually, I think it led to some of the dismissal. At some point, when Serena Seafor, Minister McGill, Bill Twelve, when they got involved with the sanction thing, all of them were forced to resign from their positions. So these are some of the instances. So to say, oh, President, we are whole 6 year past, he didn't suspend anybody or nobody resigned, he didn't dismiss anybody. It is not true. It is a big lie. So somebody was saying the issue of Army Moda, something was not corruption. AB Kurman issue was not corruption. Army Moda case, it was a corruption-based issue. I mean, we know, like you are talking about the 45,000. The 45,000 is a cap. And government vehicles cannot pass that amount. That's what the LRA says. The LRA, the GAC, not GAC now, but the GSA, they not regulate the government vehicle purchases. There are laws that guard these entities. The LRA say a left vehicle, for certain people in certain category, it should not exceed 45,000. That's the cap, except the president and vice president. So every government ministry and agency should fall below that particular cap. Is imperative. So Abi Moda then exceeded that thing, and he was asked to resign. He didn't resign on his own. Abi Moda was forced to resign. There was a conversation that he went to the president house. The president did not want to listen to him. They only gave him the instruction. So he was forced. He never had an alternative because he didn't when you resign with dismiss you. So he was forced to resign. So I mean, with that issue was corruption related. So don't say it was not corruption. Another thing is the AB Command issue. Let me tell you, AB Command on an issue, the issue that happened at LDA was the worst issue of corruption in the history of this country in recent years. If you don't understand it, it was not just about corruption, it was something that hugely bordered on national security. It was something that if you're going to bring war in Liberia, that many of you don't understand the nature of that. You think when the government is suppressing that particular story, the government pay money to newspaper entities a big spoon to not discuss that particular AB Command story to understand. When they're discussing how they can do, they talk about AB Command, they talk about Baoko, they talk about Hassan Fadika. But the main thing that happened, they do not talk about it on that particular. They have begged media people to not talk about it. We did a publication with Inside Liberia. You check, there's a publication with the caption A Blood Money. Read our story. Maybe I'll send a particular link to you. Or Aji. Are you getting me, Aji? Aji. Are you getting me? I will send you a link.
Yeah.
We wrote a story
I'm getting you.
called Blood Money. Something about blood money. We wrote that story. That story, it was an insider account of what happened at LDEA. Because the person is afraid of their life, and we verify from other sources. The person who are talking about, the person was someone who played a major role in LDE. They explain that entire story to us from start to end, and they told us to verify sources, and we verified them before we did our publication. We named that publication Blood Money. What happened at LDA when you hear that story? The government has been doing everything to suppress that story. When Bao they were on the radio, the filter Hassan when they on the radio, the filter, they started the conversation. They were going in the direction of that conversation. You saw when they started looking at their phone, then they did a U-turn with the conversation. What happened? Why was AB training over 1,500 people from Guinea to do what and where? It was a very controversial story. Something that bordered on a piece of our country. It was not just corruption because money was involved. The guy that they turned over to the junta, that guy brought huge money in the country. There were things you were giving to other government officials, and they were doing so. So it's because of national security issue, they try suppressing that story to the best of their ability. So you don't hear a lot of newspaper entity talking about it. You don't hear any radio station emphasizing. So that AB Kurma issue, maybe you're a young man, you don't know the detail of that story. You don't even know what's going on at LDA. There are plenty of things going on in the place. The new man said they appointed when you hear the story that happened in there. It's controversial. Don't mind that story. Then when they grab one person, we're not paying tar to them, we're not paying hate to them, then they expose that person just to cover it up. We that are following these stories will know deeply what's happening there. So
All right, man.
the president attempt to have suspended her is a good move, but people are saying it is not enough yet. We want more in other sectors. But we can't be doing this thing by just doing comparison with CDC. They didn't do the CDC. They what they could do. You said you could do better. That's why you are here. We expect more. To whom much is given, much is expected. So it was a pleasure being here this morning. We thank our people who followed, and ours here is just for our own position is just about sharing our thoughts from the perspective we see it. You have your own opinion to share. If it is relevant enough that you want to come on the show, you extend actually extend invitation to you. We can have the conversation here. But I can tell you for a fact that most of the things we discuss here, we do it from mostly an informed background. It's not just about guessing cases. We verify most of these cases before we come and talk about it. So it's a pleasure being here this morning. And today is the first working day of the week. We say stay out of trouble, do what you can do the best you can do. Let hustle, let keep hustling. Don't put yourself in any trouble. As long there is life,
Oh yeah,
there is.
there's hope.
And bye bye from my end.
So that was the voice of Michael Francis Starr, and earlier was Mr. Lawrence Yene. Together, we always bring you this program. They are the panelists on this platform. I'm your host, Archie C. Bob Yene. And of course, the CEO was unable to be here. He will be here tomorrow. Until then, remember, don't trouble before trouble troubles you. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day ahead of you. And be blessed.